You can't. Yes, 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 yes. Liba, so do. Okay, how's it going? How's it going? How's everybody doing? Hoping all is well. I wanted us to start off on a bit of a remembering our roots and who we actually are as Somalis. So that's the reason why I wanted to share that. Um, yo, what's up, Kush? Kush is in the house. Yo, what's up, little man? Everybody's in the house. Can you guys hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, loud
you
and
guys,
clear.
you guys can hear me properly. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
cool,
what's up,
cool, cool.
everyone? All clear, man.
What up, Kush? What up, Kush? I think Libah is coming back real quick, but he's on here with us as well. Yo, Rob Durban in the comments. Yo, so do. Okay, so do. Maybe I'll share the link and see if Rob wants to hop on as well. And yeah, let me do that. There you go. There's the link that you can follow and come join the convos. So how's it going, fellas? How's it going? How's it going? How's everybody doing? I think everybody's good. Yeah, everybody's all right. What y'all saying?
Yeah, all good, bro. All good,
Yeah,
man. Just cheesing, Sunday vibes, you know? What you been up
Sunday
to?
vibes. That's it, man. It's
Yeah, you
raining.
with the
We
family.
yeah, yeah, man. That's it, man. You gotta
I feel
have
you.
some beris, right? So yeah, man, we
I
gotta
feel
do
you,
that
bro.
beris and banana once a week at least. Shit, you know what I mean? Fuck low carbs.
It is what it is. It
You
is
know what
what
I'm
it
saying?
is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, back at it again. I think after the we did the first stream, I was quite happy with the response that we've gotten, which kind of just led me to believe that these conversations that's what people want to have these conversations, right? And we're not afraid of these conversations, right? So I think that's the point of these streams is to have Somalis actually come and discuss things and actually come and discuss their differences and how we can live with our differences, um, differences in thinking, differences in whatever it is, right? So that's why I kind of entitled this stream "The Insecurity of the Believer." One of the reasons why, because when I remember before as a quote unquote Muslim, I remember I used to, because I was a liberal person as well, right? I used to avoid discussing religion. I used to not want to discuss religion because it would very quickly show me that what I actually believe and you know what I mean what the religion is telling me are going to be at are going to be locking horns, so to speak, right? There's going to be some conflict there. So I much rather just avoid the whole thing. And I remember that, and I think thinking back now, I see that as insecurity, right? If you pretend or if you claim to have the truth, nothing should be able to shake you from that position. You understand? So what I'm trying to convey here, and the reason why I want to enter someone to go in the what do you call it, the insecurity of the believer, is to maybe say, I get it, I was there, but that there's nothing to be afraid of once you've actually are no longer insecure. Once you actually feel like you're standing in truth, then you won't have those insecurities. And I remember I knew going back to when I was a quote unquote Muslim, and I used to not like talking about religion, and I used to dislike talking about these things because it would very quickly get me at odds with what I pretend to believe, right? So I don't know what you guys think of that. What do you guys think? This inability to have a conversation, it really isn't good for our people. We should be able to, at the very least, have a conversation. Not we don't have to agree with on everything. We don't have to be behind each other on everything and support each other on everything. But at the very least, we should be able to have a discussion, right?
Yeah, so I totally agree with you, bro. That should be the bare minimum. Like that should
Yeah,
that should be
that's what
the
it starts.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but there's a heavy level of intolerance within our community, isn't there? So they don't even want to take that first step. Like discussions even like, you know,
Yeah.
frowned upon with people like us. So yeah, yeah,
I
man. It's a
think,
bit
and, yeah, and it got me thinking. Like, How are we going to say, oh, we want to bring our Somalis to the next level? How are we even going to do that if we don't have the maturity to simply discuss ideas? How's that going to happen exactly? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can't even sit down and discuss, that's, like you said, that's the bare minimum. How can we then go on and pretend like we want to help our people, make our people in a better position and all that? How are we supposed to do that?
I agree with you totally, bro. I don't think we will be able to do that if they continue with that kind of mentality. Most
Mhm.
societies that do tend to progress and flourish are societies that open up to different perspectives, allow different perspectives and thought processes to come into the society and like allow for the freedom of discussion amongst groups, But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not so sure about that amongst our community at this point of time, to be honest. I'm
But
not
do we even
sure.
understand that? Do we even understand that that's
Now,
needed?
you know, man,
I
are
don't
you
think
guys,
they do. I don't think they do. No,
Yes.
no.
Yeah,
are,
yeah.
are,
Little man, come in, little man. What's up, bro?
are you guys asking the questions like when you ask a Muslim a question and they don't have an answer for the question and they start getting angry? Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yeah, like because okay, so here's my contention. Here's where
Yeah,
I'm coming from. If I claim to have the truth, right? If
yeah,
I say I have the truth,
yeah.
am I afraid of someone discussing that truth with me, or
No.
someone trying to poke holes in what I'm saying? Like, would I be uncomfortable with that? No, I would be super comfortable, right? Because I
Mm,
feel I have the truth, right?
yeah.
But that's not what we're seeing, is it? Like, in our communities, we don't see that, is it? What we
There's like a
see is,
resistance,
there's this bad resistance. There's this um
barriers.
but not only
Yeah,
that, but
barriers.
also vilifying
Mm.
of the diversity of thought. There's a vilification. You know what I mean? So there's that as well. So I hold on, guys. We have a new panelist, sort of winnable.
Mm.
Tukahamado. Sodo. How are you? Can you hear me?
Nice name, man.
I know, Tukahamado. Tukahamado, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, come off mute. Maybe
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
mute.
yeah. Maybe you're on mute. Maybe you unmute yourself.
If you see the mic on the left hand side, just press that. It should go white.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see if
Yeah.
he gets back into it. But at the end of the day, right, I
Mm.
want to be able to have the conversation. And is that possible? Is that something that is possible? And what is so crazy about asking to have that conversation?
I think it starts from like when you're young, yeah, and like as we know in it, some of the questions that we ask is like sort of drilled in as like blasphemous. Like you can't ask the question. Other words,
Yeah. Because in Islam it does say وَأَحْنَا وَتَعْنَا or something like that, like I hear, I obey,
mm.
right? It does say that, right? So is it a continuation of that, or because I don't, when I look at our people, right? I see that how could I very that add Fridina, that add like the Kartile, or they're very, you know what I mean? They're very if you will, right? Like, we're a nation of people that have pride. You understand? So we usually like talking, actually, as a people. We like to discuss things. We
Mm.
talk under the tree
Yeah,
for hours on end,
yeah,
right? We come from an oral tradition itself, so we're actually in that paradigm. So what I
mm.
don't understand is, why is it that certain subject, when it comes to certain subject like the religion dinta, why can we not have that same openness of conversation? And so this is what I kind of wanted to talk about today. And why would you be insecure if you believe, right? If you're an actual believer of what you say is the truth,
yeah.
then you shouldn't have any reason to be insecure, because you're standing on truth. Like,
Mm.
that's what I'm trying to convey, and that's what I'm trying to kind of unpack and see how we can, if we can talk about a better way, a better forum, a better way of conversating and talking about these things. You know what I mean?
I think I've got to the point where I've like I don't even ask them questions anymore. But I've realized that as soon as you ask questions or you tell them your view, they label you as a gal. I've actually taken on that name with pride now. I told them I'm the first gal, the first proud gal.
Right.
But yeah, they just label you these names, kufar, gal, this and that to dismiss you. But you're right. With Somalis, when we talk about uh, things about Somalia and stuff like that, they do agree with you and they kind of calm down. But as soon as you talk about religion, car, it's like they get angry. So like I've
Right.
just not spoken to them about it.
Yeah. Um. Well, okay. So what is this place that we're being stuck on? Like, is it because it's the inability to conversate, which I don't think that's the case for Somalis who can actually conversate, or is it because they're really not knowing what they believe? Is it a lack of knowledge? Is this a where is this insecurity? This is what I'm always asking, right?
I think
Why
it's a
can't?
lack of knowledge, and
Mhm.
I think their religion kind of teaches them to be intolerant as well. So
Right.
Mm,
it comes from a bit of both. Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, it's just weird in this day and age that that's still happening, and that's I think what I'm trying to get at is. Remember that video where we saw? All right, so let's give it another shot. Tuka Hamadu was so duo. Try to
My
unmute.
maqlaysaa ma maqlaysaa
Wow, walaikum salam, walaikum
Talking
Yeah,
about,
salam.
do
yeah.
you know how
I
to
I
Okay,
Yeah,
he's talking. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, he's talking. He's talking. You want Tuka? You good? Tuka, you gotta get off mute.
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
would you have to add? What do you think? What are your
No,
things?
no,
What you?
I'm gonna listen for a while. I'm gonna listen
Yeah.
for a while.
All right, cool.
Oh,
And so
yeah,
do so do.
thanks.
But yeah, you know what I mean. I like your name by the way. Me and Kush both like. I think that's a cool name, man. Tukahamadu.
To go introduce yourself though, man.
Yeah, man. Who are you, Tukaham?
The guys, listen you. When you're dhegeysanaya for a while, so
Hey,
yara wada. Hawsha
yeah,
yara wada. All right.
yeah.
I can
All
hear
right.
you too, guys.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, so I don't know. That's essentially what I want to bring the conversation is. Oddly enough, can we have a conversation? That's really where I want to bring it. So, and I want to know what is it that impeding on us to have this conversation. So you said it's a lack of knowledge, Marcos. Like I think there's a lack of
Sorry, bro. I
knowledge.
was just doing a piano lesson.
Kush.
Yeah.
Oh, you doing a piano
I
lesson?
do think it's a lack of
How
knowledge.
bougie are you, man?
Yeah, bro. I have to say, yeah.
Sorry.
I think it has to do with the lack of knowledge. Like they know things.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't know everything about their religion. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's a lack of knowledge which makes them not want to discuss their religion with us because they don't know it entirely. Do you know what I mean? They don't know everything. And obviously, there are parts of their religion which tell them to be intolerant towards people like us, man. So
Yeah.
I think they see us as a threat in some cases. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to, you know, potentially challenge their religion or like, yeah. Yeah.
Like, we saying
Yeah.
Kush gal baratana negative.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That's what they think, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But yo, Kush, you remember like one of the early shoes, like the term gal, okay, I don't accept it, and you know that, right, Kush? I don't
Yeah.
accept that term, Manigu.
I
Personally,
know
I
you
don't.
don't. I
Yeah.
was like that as well. I used to be against it, but you know what?
Yeah.
I've actually taken pride in it now, bro.
No,
Really?
I'm taking
Yeah, I
pride
do.
in it.
You know what, bro?
I
We're in the
I
humble. We're kind of
I
humble
just
when you take
yeah,
pride in it, bro.
exactly. Exactly. You know, I told them, yeah, I'm a gal that believes in Ilahi. Figure that one out. That fucks with their mind. I'm a
Yeah.
gal that believes in Ilahi. Figure that out.
So like that's the
So
thing, right?
the first
I ha-
question is, do you pray?
yeah.
And like, what's that got to do with you? Like, why does that matter?
That's it. That's a very, very good point that Halan is making as well, eh?
Mm.
She said, a
Lack
lack
of
of
knowledge.
knowledge and thinking they are right, which leaves no room for criticism or dialogue. And that's the truth.
Mm.
Like there's no room for actual dialogue because you're shutting it down right away. And
Mm.
because you don't know what you're shutting down, then because I think you're afraid of engaging someone that might know. Because a lot of times, the people that have kind of taken on different philosophies or different ways of looking at the world instead of Islam. All right, so oftentimes we've studied Islam a little bit more than if we were just nominal Muslims, just going about our lives.
Yeah.
So we know some depth of the knowledge. I'm not saying we're all Hafiz or anything like that, but we know some depth of it, right?
Yeah.
We have some sort of idea of what it is that it's talking about, right? And sometimes that's why for us it might be so weird that people. But the thing is, they haven't read it. Most of the time, they just have not read it, or they just don't know.
No, wallahi runta haddaan la sheego kulligood inta ugu badan Soomaalida ma yaqaanaan quraanka, waxay iska dhigaan inay quraanka yaqaanaan. markaad taskaraysid ayaad garanaysaa inaynu quraanka waxba ka garanayn, way xafideen un. So they do, way xafidaan un, way xafideen Soomaalida top iyaga ugu xaafid badan saasay ku faanaan yes waad xaafideen, but waxaad ka fahmaysiin ayaa iska yar. That's what I'd like to say.
So that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, because as a proud people, we're a proud people.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation actually yesterday with Nibah. So funny. We were having a conversation on the phone yesterday.
Yeah.
And he made a great point, man. He made an amazing point to me. He said, yo, just imagine how secure we would be, right? How secure we would be if them men there in China, right, were speaking in Somali to pray to their God, that they were dressing like Somalis, right?
Yeah.
And like you have all of these people all over the world turning towards Somalia. Like it would give you a sense of security, wouldn't it? Like you would feel like you're the shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I don't blame Mark out of having that inflated ego. It's just natural. That was just gonna happen with the territory, right? So that's the thing. And
you know what? Have you seen a guy on YouTube? Yeah, he's actually from America called Moses. And basically he goes into shopping centers. Wuxuu bartay nin madow oo dreads. And wuxuu bartay Somali buu bartay, yeah. And into dukaanka galo ayuu Somalidu raadsada. Like
he passed away last week, man.
Well, no way.
He passed away, man, last week. 2 weeks ago, man.
That guy is a good guy, bro. Very inspirational guy.
Yeah, he was, bro. Very inspirational. Yeah, man.
Into Somali raadsado,
cool guy. He knew Somali very well.
Family Somali buu raadsanaya, and Somali buu ku hadlaya siduu Somaligiisa wala khatarta wuxuu ku bartay what is it, like 2 bilood oo saan? He goes, ninka Somaliga ku yiri intuu
he learned it over a period of time, like a couple months.
Yeah, bro. And that's the first time I felt like empowered.
He knew some Somali guys who taught him, and he used to read.
Where was this? In America or?
Yeah, he's in America, but he's got a YouTube channel on it. You can check out YouTube Moses that talks Somali.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't only talk Somali.
It's called Lao Shu.
Yeah. Is it called Lao Shu?
His channel's called Lao Shu 5500. 5500. But he passed away, unfortunately, man. But he spoke several languages, not just Somali. He spoke like 15 languages.
Not just Somali. Yeah? No, more than that. More than that. No, he's spoken
like 60, but he's fluent in 15 or 16. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, man. But khatar buu ahaa ninkaas ninka Soomaaliga intuu u tago and then intuu Somali la hadlaya, and then family waxay dhaheen Somali ku baray anigaas baray, and they go to him, you're lying. But they're all talking in Somali, and that's the first time I felt empowered, like, wow, is this how English people feel? Little grain of how English people feel when everyone's talking their language. Like, Somali English ku hadlayaan.
No, they passed that because they've passed that because they've
but I said there's a grain.
Like they've been all over the world. Like they take themselves
like a sand.
They take themselves as like
no, but I felt like it's gone. It's amazing what they've done. It's amazing job. It's amazing when you're organized. It's amazing what you can do when you're organized. That's all I can say.
But okay, so this insecurity that I'm talking about on the go ahead, and I really want to harp on this today. This insecurity that I want to talk about sometimes or somehow makes our people act immature. of not being able. Like they become very agitated and very so the chillest person can easily be triggered just by talking about a subject.
Yeah. No, but you know, man, do you think it's an act though? Because sometimes I think to myself, if you are chilled like you are, you know, man, I can't control your feelings because
No,
now you're knowledgeable enough to know that I think you're in control of your feelings.
right.
Because waa
Emotions,
ka baxday meel oo laga control garanayo quraan iyo waxaan lagu akhriyay.
that's
Hadda
it.
you control yourself, so therefore it doesn't matter what I say, you
Right.
determine if you get angry or not. Dadkani way iska dhigaan because waxay isleeyihiin nabi maxamed san u ahaa, nabi maxamed sidaas u ahaa, waxaa mid miskiin ah, blah blah blah. But at the same time, in another book, nabi maxamed waxaa a guy of war, a
Yeah.
guy that's like raw, and it doesn't. And we know in reality, in theory, yeah, that's all right, but in reality, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ninku ayba waxa weeye khatar or isaga he chose to be nice. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's it.
Or he's nice and he can't defend himself. It doesn't. It's not. You can't be nice and defend yourself. You have to be either someone that's trying to defend themselves, but they choose to be humble. But they
Right.
can be a tyrant though if they wanted to be, because they are trained. They can kill you. Do you know what I mean? It's not a joke. We all know that. But yeah, but iyagu waxay iska dhigaan dad miskiiniin ah. Waxa weeyaan like waxay dadka tilmaamaan wolf in a sheep's clothing, which is the Arab clothes, by the way.
That's a sheep's clothing, huh?
Yeah.
But look at this. Like this is a good point too that Faisal is making, right? Most of them are just cultural Muslims. And here's the thing: I think
True.
that is a huge percentage of Somalis. How Ramadan wal Sumi, Eid ya Eid, but other than that, it ain't that deep. I mean, it ain't, they just go about their lives, right? But the thing is, even those people had their silence when it comes to Muhammad Hadaye, the mistreatment of a non-Muslim or Somali is complicit, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm nobody in 2021. I truly believe that ignorance is a choice. Ignorance is a choice, right? That's what ignorance is to me. So in today's age, you have to be able to engage people in conversation. You have to be able to speak your truth. You have to be able to do these things. Because like my frustration comes from the fact that we've got all of the ingredients to make a bomb ass cake. We can make, but we're still eating dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me. We have all of the ingredients. The only thing that's missing, we have this inability of allowing differences. I mean, differences of Qabil, differences of Nadine, differences of this, differences of that. We have a problem allowing that and letting that not be what do you call it? Something that stifles our growth. We've got to be in a position where we actually say, look, I don't disagree. I don't agree with you. I'm really in disagreement with you. But Lakinse, the bigger plan is not worth compromising because I disagree with you. Then if the bigger plan is having Somali Nimo go forth, Somali Nimo get better, Somali Nimo become take our rightful place in this world again, that can't happen if we don't talk. And you know what I mean? Like the funny thing is, you'll hear some Muslims I speak to say, "If you left the thing, why you keep talking about it?" What do you guys say to that? What is your response to that usually?
Do you want to go ahead, Kush?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Why we talk about the religion?
yeah, what's your answer there?
Yeah.
Well, I think, first of all, Islam claims to be for all humanity, so I think it's open to critique, first of all. Like, it claims to be for everyone on the planet, so, it's opened itself up to critique in the first place, I would say. But I discuss it because The effect on our society, guys, man, the intolerance. I feel like if they were more tolerant, we probably wouldn't discuss it. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the fact that they're so intolerant. That's why, for me personally,
That's it. Yo, so the Fir'aun.
yeah.
Welcome, Fir'aun. We got a new guest in the panel. What's going on?
Well, my brothers and sisters, I'm good. Can you like hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Loud and
Farhan.
clear.
Yeah.
I love the
Welcome,
name, man. I
bro.
love the name.
Brother.
Fir'aun. I love it.
I
Yeah,
was in waxaan ku jiray xagga hoose ka dhageysanayay Mr.
Hey.
Leelman waan ku salaamay and the brother Kush.
Yo, assalamu alaikum, my brother. You right, yeah.
Hello, Farhan, bro. How you doing, man?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm used. This is a habit. This is a habit. I like to keep.
What do you
Nah, nah.
happy?
No. You know, it's a
I
habit.
love that. I love it.
It's a habit. It's a habit.
Yeah, I know, I get it. You know what? Yeah, I was so like last Friday, you know, man like me is trying to lose some weight. Yeah, show
Hey.
me for 2 hours.
Oh, hey.
And I felt so therapeutic. Well, I am and like the feeling. Magaranaysa markaad maqashid dad same magaranaysa same as thinking to you know magaranaysa same level.
Yeah.
Like-minded people.
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-minded
Yo.
people. It's not easy, magaranaysa.
What's up, Libah? What's up, Libah? So do Kazi. Yeah.
Especially
Hey.
like
Yeah, so do well, Libah.
it's not
Yeah.
like you can meet every corner that magaranaysa sida no riwaayad arbeed fahmay.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Man.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I love that.
Abu Arab Balayri.
هذه فرعون هذه دقيقة
Abu Arab.
me warunta yo hede anigu waxaan xasuunahay walaal hede anigu like back like I'm talking about like years ago hede
Right.
so my since we garanin since we garanin I can mean you know what I mean like I'm talking about like 10 years back now at this point
Right.
but each year walaal waxaad arkaysaa hede dadkiyo maanfurnimadoodii aad maxaan ku raayay soo bandhigaya oo let's talk yeah like hadalka inta ka baqana ma haba like what the hell more and more so Fir'aun had the wala so do you're not alone we're a huge I think sometimes we're huge numbers we're just silent
silent majority I think English
like I don't know if we're majority to be frank but like a lot of us but we're silent wala one of the reasons why we created a stream is for us to have a place where we can discuss these ideas and we can openly discuss them. Canada and Joga, my brother in London, like you know what I mean. Do you do
Right.
Let's capitalize on this and actually just have the conversation. I think that's where it starts.
Yeah, man, it's a mad important because it's like meaningful case of someone who is in our position. And especially seeing that video got clear at below, they seeing those beautiful close culture came actually daily basis at the Hagan what the Kafilan Bechuga. Like every Friday we have at least 30-40 guys from a little Draila Arbitra. Markam Hasan could be loaded. The sort of Kakalmala the Galamacray. You're gonna get tired. It's like frustrated Magaranasa America, Sidraga Arab to Hahiran. Markaysid dadka kaloo ma garanaysaa kurdida iyo none of these other people marka you can see nagumba plantation negroes oo meesha iska ma garanaysaa iska ma garanaysaa wax kale laga dhaadhiciyay
maxay naga tahay marka laakiin waa Soomaalinimadu niyo heeday waxaan warkaa anigu dad fircoon caadiyaantooda weerartu mid caadiyaantooda aan ka san warka maxaa dhacay ma virus ba ma waxaan la soo galay waa maxay weeyeen nacasnimada naga soo saaray. What is this? I don't know. I'm not going to sugarcoat my words because that's how I actually see it.
Right.
Nin way no kartilo dadlo maxaa ku daayay laga dambeeyay oo ancestors le oo dhinac kale u jeesanayo Arabti iska dhaxdoondoonaya. I see that as ceeban warkaa waxaas.
Right.
Bahdilnimo warkaa waxaas. So we gotta wake up. And how are we going to wake up if we can't even talk, man? That's the problem here.
Well, problem I don't know me and you know but you know wala hadalnay. Like for me personally, I really gave a black sheep in my family. Really gave 20 years ago, my family I'm telling my age right now. I don't know about Leah Mani or
No worries. Well, like
رجو مركي سكب نقدان واسكداء بين نقدان
واسكداء yeah
anyway so it's like
we have the same problem
right
yeah
So I was like outspoken about her. Like I don't know, my family gave like my mom knows like 20 years I was never with them, right? And Ramadanada iyo waxa weligay meelaha Carabtan dushaasan kacaya, like even my cousins kayga know them, yeah. So occasionally London ta markaan imaado bari dhexdaas ay la yaabeen markii dambe waxay bixiyeen George bay bixiyeen.
George, yeah. They called you George, huh?
I was like,
Curious George, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be a George just because I don't want to be an Arab. So you're feeling like just be like us, you know what I mean? So it's like,
how like what is this? You know what I mean? maxaa lagu qasbaya waxaan hadaan dooni ma Soomaalinimadeedii marka aan kaga tagaa. No, man, it's not happening. For a long time, Fir'aun had that.
Yeah.
waxa dhacay waxa weeyaan Soomaalidu way iska aqbalayeen. Way aqbalayeen inta adaan muslim ahayn Soomaalimi. Way iska aqbalayeen.
Right.
Ayay iska ahayn. Yaa Soomaa.
Right, brother. Right.
Anigu waxaan taaganahay Soomaalinimadeeda kaga qaadaya ma laba aabood buu leeyahay. Like who's this person? Igu imanaya Soomaalinimadeeda ma qof waalanba. So we've got to actually establish ourselves and we got to say with our chest and say, yo, riwaayadan Carabeedan igama dhacsanaa. Haddii kala dhaxsantay laakiin walaaltinimada Soomaaliyeed baa naga dhaxaysa. Aniga taas ay gool weyn. Waxa doonto ugu fikir. Waayo waxa jira Christian baa jira Somali Christian jira. Somali Sunni jira. Somali waxa jira maxaa ku raday Shiica ayaa jira. Soomaaliyeed xitaa waxay lahayn Yahuud baan lahayn. Oo qabiil oran jiray Reeyibir bal ka filaa.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like,
no, even this new Islam, yeah, it's only been the last 30 years. Before Siad Barre Salamun ahayn, dadka Siad Barre came out hooyadii dadka maxaa age-kooda soo amayn ahayn sida maanta loo yahay masked up iyo black logo. It's different now.
Right.
Karaba la gaaray.
Right.
Slowly we're not fooling.
So, but what happened though? Let
me tell you about a funny story.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Like early 80s, in Bordeaux, like you like just like at the little man shaking, the country was different.
Yeah, it was different. I see the pictures.
Like the funny thing is, like my mom tells me, like the family are not only pictures, guy. Like Magana had could have said, like I don't know where we all Somalis, anyways.
Yeah, they're Mogadishu.
Like that city, yeah. I don't know if you know a lot about Fanan
Hamar Ade
Ahmed Kulu. Oi, Tukahmadu
Sodo.
Kuchera. What Dirbano?
Sheikh had been with it like Nin Wagaran and Somali history, like used to call Muhammad Ahmed Kulu, one of my favorite like Somali singers.
Yeah.
You are best with the Somali. It's an old school singer. Like I used to hear stories that guy back in the days, yeah. So laba hablood dhexda haysta oo cirka saaran ayuu burcad lugeyn jiray and nobody used to use him. Well, as a matter of fact, people
Well, Mustafa Martin oo kale, Mustafa Martin.
laga banayn jiray kule fanaankii baa halkan maraya. That's how relaxed people were, yeah. That same city, I don't know if you heard, yeah, like a month ago, some idiot mayor Kakaha has got such a magaranaysa. The Arabs has twisted his balls. He's literally. This idiot is telling the whole city music. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, sheekada way waxa ku leeyahay biis way dhaaftay. Waxay maraysaa khasab baan kugu luqsiina yaa riwaayada Carabeed. Like we need to speak up walaalayaal. Marka anigu horta intii ku jirta live baa tiragtayda.
Vegas, man. I love hearing that, man. Me waa runta walaalo hada anigu waxa xaashanahay maxaa karday Djibouti anigu marka Djibouti waxa san bariga yaraa Djibouti it was calm.
Right.
It wasn't that it was calm though, because dad baa iska jiray ay kan u hadlayay maanta u hadlayay Djibouti. And I remember that, right? So Djibouti was calm, right? Laakiin markii qurbaha la yimid waxaan aragnay maxaa kaday reer badan maxaa kaday in reer Somaliland, reer Somalia, reer maxaa kaday Somalia Ethiopia again. And all of that the religiosity wax kali noqotay niyahow. Waxay noqotay heer it's not bending for anyone. So and as you know, man, if you don't bend, you will break. Like if you're not bending, you're gonna break somehow. And that's what's happening. I'm it's like people have need to realize that where they're going is not the right way, and it's not, you know what I mean? dad baa odhanaya markay arkaan fideoyaasha xamar cadde iyo maxaan ku radayay xataa hargeysa iyo xataa Djibouti in the 70s 60s dad waxay iska ahaayeen iska calm chill out, you know what I mean? عندنا waxaan ku odhanay maantana waxaad arkaysaa just a bunch of tents walking around weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah man, it's weird, man.
It's weird, like, and then plus magaranaysa sheekada midda kale last 30 years like you were like saying like earlier on, lakin waxay heleen magaranaysa idaacadihii markay iska heleen iyo everywhere majority is dadkii oo dhan easily bay dadka xitaa odayaashii iska liberalka actually back in the days, like I got me a couple uncles who never used to pray, even those ones kana wax iska aamuseen marka ragana marketkii oo dhan baa u furmay magaranaysa. They never face no opposition iyo qofku yidhaaha hey just shut up magaranaysa adeer jaytada hayso leave the people alone, like, you know what I mean?
فرعون هكذا حقله لكن you know the biggest reason waxa weeye meesha dawlad kama jirto and they got money, of course influence waa it cost lacag weeye and
facts
wad sheekada intaas ma ka soo dhex
introduce yourself to the crew
just check me out.
lacag bay haystaan lacagta la qaybinayo from Sacuudiga wahaabinta maalinta waa la gelinayaa
صح هذا marka lacag baan loo soo gelinayaa meesha lacagtan baa ayaa dadkii marka bedelaysa adigu
hoos after siyaad darre maxaa dhacay waxa weeye albaabadii baa furmay wadaha meel kasta tuulo kasta every city lacagtaas loo gelinaya carab naqo of course
si fiican bay ugu faa'iideysteen si fiican bay ugu faa'iideysteen
yes adbasaas baad samayn lahayd maanta ma fahamtay maanta haddii aad support inagu haddaan heli lahayn support ma garaysaa meel kasta ha ka timaadee saas bay samayn lahayd ma fahamtay marka opportunity-gii baa laga faa'iideysanaya ma fahamtay laakiin
opportunity dadkeenii bay hoos u riday oo dib u riday
haddaan fikirayn of course waa lagu iibsanaya
dadka kale don't care, they take advantage.
maanta in magaalo tahay ka soo qaaday Soomaaliya ku taala in masaajidada iyaga haysta in business iyaga haysta in dawladihii iyaga haysta you know in everything iyaga gacanta ugu jirta ma fahantay maanta adigu haddaad tegtid waxa weeye maxaad haysaa weeye laakiin waxaasna waxa keenaysa meel bilaa dawladda ma fahantay siyaad bare wuxuu ahaa biggest enemy buu ahaa ma fahantay ay ragan waa ragii odaygii meesha ka hayay buu ahaa ma fahantay maanta in raggii siyaad bare la soo dagaalamay wahaabin baa madax ka haysata muuse biixi waxa ma samayn karo ma fahantay Puntland waxa ma samayn karo Jubaland everywhere waxa ma samayn karaa ma fahantay waxaasoo dhan siyaad bare la dagaalamay ma fahantay laakiin maxaa ka dambeeyay yagiina waa laga sii sareeyay
صح so marka waxa leedahay dusha laga kala wada leedahay marka adigu
of course in
lagu malasiyaa nimankan oo lagu malasiyaa wala sheegay man nimanka waa la sheego magacooda waa la sheego man oo ingiriiska oo meel kasta laga sheego familiyada la raadiyo meelaha laga raadiyo bro
xasuustan always wahaabi waxa weeye business minded ma fahantay iyo qolooyinka
oo diinba ma waxan baad adigu leedahay diinba ma haba
waa business waa influence waa xoog waa safe ma fahantay
diin ma
diin bay isticmaalayaan
siyaasadda waa big siyaasiyiin weeye inka suufi oo kale waad la murmi kartaa ma fahantay oo waaba si fahmi kartaa ma fahantay laakiin wahaabi no you think
وعجائب
وهابينتي waxooda waa world domination waxay rabaan adduunyada oo dhan si mataqaana export their influence and their ideology wax kale ma you know and they came about during the Iranian revolution in the late 70s markaas arkeen they saw a threat in the Iranians, you know, that's when they started to export their Wahhabi ideology. Before that, like in Michigan, you know, before the Iranian revolution.
The last 30 years, Somalia, the last 30 years, they've been taking advantage. After Allah istagaala ciidiyo siyaad bari laga saaray waxaas oo markuu dhacay ayay advantage ka qaateen. oy waxaan sameeyeen because aniga markaan yaraa iyo Soomaaliya si u ekayd iyo hadda siday isu egyihiin isku mid maaha bro dadkii baan isku mid ahayn
لكن أنا أقول حتى أجنّي ما تحوي عن هذا. How do we get to that next level of conversation with our people? وحنا don't work fans إنه دوش على جاه هايستو مسكح على جاه واحد don't تان نقطة سمرك. But أنا like محنكر هذاي Faisal was saying most of them are just cultural Muslims. مركا ده قانون بكدك تاني إسلام كيه. بدنا لكن محنكر ما هو واحد أدو قرنيان سمرك. عن كيما marka dadkaas oo kale sheekada loogu fura sheekadan taagan war Soomaalimadina aan ku adkaysano oo taasi ay naga dhaxayso diintii ilaa laskuma raacsan way diintii dadkii suufiga jira oo maxaa suufiga si xun baa loo gelayaa kuwiina salafiki baa dilaya oranay kon waa
nomad suufiinta ma ku hareen Soomaaliya are they still there?
Yeah, they're still there. They're still there.
Majority of them have been converted though. Somehow.
Like you are powerless.
Powerless. They have no teeth. Like you would you
somehow. Is that the same people?
Yeah, Herta Timawainta.
Yes, Timawain, Herta. Yes, exactly. So these people are still around. They just don't have any pull. But like in Somali, that was their first way of
Like let me tell you one thing. meesha imika aran ma malaynay inay ka jirayso magarasa oo seebo wax la soo sheegaa dadka sidaan baa meesha dagaal baa ka jira wana dagaal si diyaarisay
okay
ma fahanti wana waxaaga soo ceshatay ma fahanti waxaasna waxay baahan tahay
xoog badan marka waa inay noqoto
wax kale ma jiro xoog baa lagu haystaa wana xoogaaga soo saar
jira waa adduunka iyo wax baa isbedelay uu nomad sheegay last week waa internetka iyagu way dhuuman jireen berigii hore hadda ciyaalka iyo dadkoo dhan waan la hadli karnaa annakoo joogno ingiriiska iyo maraykanka iyo meel kaste so hadda ciyaalka waa la tusi karaa dadkan ayaa dadkiina ingiriiska eeg iyo maraykanka eeg iyo sidaan annaku u degannahay sidaad u degantihiin waa maxay idinka waxaa leedahay ilaahay baa caabudiine ilaahay muxuu idin siiyey maxaad qaadateen nimankana ilaahay ay leeyihiin caabudeen maxay idin siiyeen dadkan aad leedihiin gaalada yihiin siday u degan yihiin
that's part of war dagaalka ka mid tahay taaliftigeeda ogo maanta waxa weeye dagaalku seefu maaha waxa weeye waa inaad every step aad qaadatid
just right now what we're doing dagaalka guud ka mid tahay day to go waxaan iminkaan sheekaysanayno herde it's part and parcel of this thing that we're trying to make
Mr. Fir'aun baa ayaan la hadlayo waxa way next step waa inay noqoto laakiin meesha in organization ama wax la mid la sameeyo
how does that look marka tuka aan kibad marka xasmas what's the idea
marka hore waa inaga iska bilowno inaga waa iska bilowno waa in influence yeelano waa in maxaan ku yiraahdaa in marka inagu dhismana ka bacdi ayaa dadka la tusi karaa wadi waxaad u socotid iyo influence-kaaga ma fahamtay laakiin I think maanta waxaan YouTube-ka ka buuxay raggan hadlaya waxaasoo dhan iyaga laftigood way baqanayaan ma fahamtay wallahi wadnaha farta ku hayaan san malaynayo ma fahamtay marka they know waxa soo socda ma fahamtay dad waay ay iyaga hadalkii bay badinayaan ma fahamtay laakiin beertay isgelinayaan ma fahamtay laakiin inaguna waana sii wadno ay sii xoogaysano ma fahamtay inagu isku xidhnaano oo aan dadka support garayno ma fahamtay waxa waa inaad instant waa inaad noqotid waa inaad meel lagu yimaada ay jirta ma fahamtay laakiin haddii aan iska hadalno maantana innagaas la sheekaysanayna taariikhdan ka hadlaynaa everything waxa next step waxay noqonaysaa waa in action la sameeyo laakiin before actionka waa in
preparation
when istiyaariyo
ayaantii hore aman lahayn tikaho ayaantii hore waxaa lahayd haddaad maanta caynkaad isku arkaysid xakan waan iman karnaa waan ka sheekaysan karnaa laakiin nin kastaba iyo maxaan ku daayay qof kastaba waa inuu ku dadaalo naftiisa uu wax iska soo saaro nacamde soo madarag oo heer isgaarsiiyo I think that's a responsibility we all have so that
of course duty that's what duty yes
well it's a duty exactly you know fix up what you need to fix up in your own life si u noqotid aragtay maaha qof maxaan ku raadayay wax laga dhigeysan karo
let me tell you something in Mustafa Martin I support that guy Mustafa Martin
كيف هذا مصطفى مارتن
we support him so
somehow waxa ku dhacay you know tolaan you know markii in lagu soo jeestay in public in
taageerayna anaga taageerayna hadda
yeah but the thing is hadda inagu taageerayno they're going to say waa iska gaalba ka dambeeya
anakana wan ciyaar kalaade kididooda waxaan ognaa muslimiin baan nahay ciyaarkana kubadiina bro anaka we have no rules there anaka we trying to get to an aim oo dadka oo ficinaynaysa oo dadkooda ku celinaysa waxay ku jireen barigoodii hore culturegoodii waxoodii u soo celinaya xoolahoodii u soo celinaya waxay iska lahaayeen ku soo celinaya iyo maxaa lahaa leeyahay maxaa lahaa we don't even need to fight I don't even know waxaan dagaalkuna jira even niman kale maxaa lahaa wax ka saxadaya I don't understand hadduu wadanka fiid garan karo wadanka uu fiid garan karo wadamaha kale why baan isu dagaalno I don't understand is this uneducation weeyaan waa maxay
here's another thing here's another thing that I find interesting Ilama said I don't think we can have much influence while we are in the closet though which most of us are and that's a good point some of the what do you guys think of this? I just want to know what you guys think of it. We can't get that influence there. And we can't have people.
I disagree.
No, the awe of war man. Just because
Sun Tzu, yeah.
What's all behind that doesn't mean it's better to be in the thing, till you get enough numbers and you know you won the war. You win the war before I'd so bad it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You know, man.
You can always influence people around.
You have to win the war before I'd so bad it, but I don't so bad it. Well, I don't so bad. I did already. Then all the show off thing, or I want to come out and just tell the world. It's just some fairy tale stuff.
No, but
why do you want to tell them? Freemasons don't tell you for a reason. No Freemason, I didn't go but they don't tell you what they do.
We can still share the information without actually being out in the public. Is what you're saying. The information can still be shared, right?
You don't have to. Because you know at this time resistance.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Libah, you want to come in, Kazi?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say you can always influence people in your circle, even people outside of your circle that you meet, because we all live in big cities, right? So we all work with Muslims or we live amongst Muslims. So even having a discussion or having a debate, even that can, spark something in the Muslim, in the person's head, right? And think, okay, I didn't know that. For example, hadith ka in the Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, a lot of Muslims don't know the questionable hadiths or kuchira those books. So even after showing them and saying, look at hadith, hadith number 51. Do you know what the Prophet says about, X, Y, and Z? Even that makes a difference, So that's why.
Yeah, I'll be right back, fellas. Hold up the panel. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I reckon it's just about like showing them the hadiths and because most Muslims they don't know nothing about Islam. The average Muslim doesn't know anything, so it's just about like
they don't know. No, they don't. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, no, especially when it comes down to hadith.
You like brother.
There are some though. There are some who do, but for the most part, I agree. They don't know. They don't know.
Yes, Firaun, what was you gonna say, bro?
Yeah, bro. I'm saying like you lot speaking a lot of facts, Talabad we got the knowledge on our side, I was just listening last time I had listened like had the damage can kusamayna dadkan ma garanaysa riwaayadan cadbeed fahamsan waa sidii uu sheegay nomad last time same thing the 1600s kii lagu sameeyay printing press ka berigii la sameeyay
exactly
diracyada xiran leh hadda ma garanaysaa uu si tukuhu madooba sheegayay they are inagu waxaan moodaynaa inay inagu baqayno laakiin these motherfuckers are afraid as well ma garanaysaa
صح
100%
laakiin
100%
hadda videogan hadda ma garanaysaa inoogu bilowdeen oo kale I had like an idea like this yeah hadda inagu we have the option inaan dhaqankeena xitaa dib u soo noolayno go'yaasheena soo tolano local girlskeena hablaheena groupkan ku jirana hidaheena soo celino and at the same time cameras can you go broskeena my modern world and joognaa moogta we're gonna ridicule these bastards like hide back
you have to adapt them up.
we have to make music videos of making Somali songs you know what I mean
yeah but actagiisa midna soo Soomaaliya dir carbeed la xiran but then you're gonna ask who are you you know what I mean you're not seeing the Turkish guy wearing an Arabian dirham you're not seeing the Kurd guy wearing it you're not seeing the Iranian guys wearing it what the hell marka adiga maxaa ka sii weeyaan moogtay what made you ma garanaysaa dir carbeed raggan marka waxay u baahan yihiin I think that raggan xitaa confidence dhalinyaro badan baa confidence ku heshay ma garanaysaa or nowadays just because of they think dharkan waa diin ma oga waxaan inay cultural supremacy tahay laga dhaadhicinayo like ma garanaysaa dee la iibsaday like you get me marka
100%
ridiculous lagu samayn lahaa la dacaydeyn lahaa mockery lagu samayn lahaa like you know what I mean they wouldn't dare to walk around proud ma garanaysaa they chest up
even حتى هدا اكتد مهربه ما حرتان maxaa leedahay degree muxuu xirtaa you know baasha toobka cad and maxaa leedahay a lot of them also wear imaamad cas you know
is that what they do
that's not our culture but they think inuu yahay diin bay moodayaan it's not even diin it's not diin if khalijiga wallahi if they knew what we wear on our weddings wallahi when we quslayeen you know they would laugh at us you know what I'm saying if you could look at these guys bro like they're wearing ours you know what I'm saying they're wearing our culture attire it's got nothing to do with Islam it's embarrassing
like one time what happened to me
yo guys wallahi muku faanayo you guys yeah muku faanayo but on my wedding yeah I didn't have the what do you call it the Arabic thing I had the Somali thing wallahi I got the pictures to prove it I had the suit after
yeah big up
I had the Somali thing first
right
I got the pictures to prove it it's not even like yeah I'm just saying but alhamdulillah at the time I was embarrassed I'm not gonna lie to you I was embarrassed because I was thinking waxana legal in wa maxay you know that ones I was embarrassed at the time but now waxaan kartay inuu dadkayga wixayga yahay and I'm proud of it now but at the time I wasn't proud of it because once laha like waa lagu qoslaya like waxaan waa maxay dadka gashadaan badawiinta gashadaan badawiin baan u haystayba manas lahayn awoohay baan caayaba
is that your cameraman you have a funny bro
turn up your camera if you want or if you want
man's got a rabbit
he's so cute no
house man you got Bugs Bunny goddamn follow the white rabbit or Haki the Matrix skate yeah so Ahlam is actually true though Ahlam Umar waxay leedahay even Muslims who are confused can't ask any questions because of fear they'll be marginalized right so that's what she's saying
yeah that's a good point
yeah it's a very good point I mean it's it doesn't have to be just Mahankudai people that have clocked on how this is it's Mahankudai everyone even the people that are saying I don't know do you remember Mahankudai that video let me go find that you know the video of satanic verses in middle of Bradford I think it was on BBC4 or something
yeah
you guys remember that video we saw okay let me go fetch it and I'll come back hold
yeah
on
that Bradford magaladas from magalo wada weeyaan it's like that
yeah
Ingiriiska tagay like certain cities are completely lost like Birmingham iyo wallahi wadna xisaaban ku like I was seeing like maybe 2001 keeper like one time I remember some guys like wearing a military training park ku sumcsanaya like middle of the park like middle of the night I was like what's happening over here like bro like and then he said
mesh عادي ما Birmingham عادي ما bro
it's a scary spot bro it's a scary spot
well listen to this aniga wax ku sheegaya you know the man maxaa Birmingham ka waxay ku leeyeen kuwa maxaa alaabta iibiya alaabta culus kuwa alaabta culus iibiya waxay leeyihiin waxaan iibinaa markaan dhameeyno you know after you break your fast
right
ayay ku leeyihiin ayaan iibinaa alaabta culus saasay ilaahay ma ida daawanay after the hours
Soomaalidu intaana ma taqaano
والله متى غنى ها؟ متى غنى that bit.
I got the video. I got the video. You guys want to watch it? It's not that long. Let's watch it. And
go on.
Yeah, then we come back.
Everyone go on mute.
Yeah, please, and then we're gonna go from there. Let's see.
I want to find out how much the world has moved on and assess the strength of feeling 30 years on.
I just want your opinion on something. Do you know what that is?
No, it's rubbish stuff.
Why is it rubbish?
Would people be willing today to have a discussion with me about the content of the book?
This book, no, I've never read.
Tell me what you think about this sentence.
Oh, no.
You don't want to. No problem. This is a book by Salman Rushdie, published 30 years ago, and it's a novel, so it's meant to be a work of fiction.
Yeah. The 15-year-old Aisha was the most popular with the paying public, just as her namesake was with Mahmoud.
So the prostitutes are named after the wives of the Prophet.
Basically.
Yeah.
He's trying to say it, but at the same time, he's trying to not say it.
I mean,
Say it like a fictional way.
you don't seem that offended. Do you think it's like it's up for grabs? It's alright for people to write stuff.
No. It's not alright.
You don't. Why not?
I feel like there should be limits upon what you write and boundaries in order to keep respect. And if that's not met, then I don't really agree with it. I do find it offensive because at the end of the day, if it is about Islam, then that's about my religion and about so many other people's religion that it's normal for people to find offensive.
So there's boundaries.
Boundaries, and there should be respect and everything between everything that's said and put out there.
Oh, is that Somali Minds?
It is?
Is that the satanic verses?
It is. Do you know it?
Yeah, I got a long history with that. I got arrested on them riots.
No way! So were you at the demo here?
Yeah.
What about the book burning? Did you see that?
I was here. Who are you? Have you read it?
I've read it.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? So I'm from Huddersfield.
Right.
Live in London.
Right. And how come you're holding the satanic verses?
Do you think I shouldn't be holding it?
I'm not. No comment.
So what you meant when you said where you're from? You meant are you Muslim, didn't you? That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would it make a difference if I was Muslim? I mean, I am Muslim. But you think as a Muslim I shouldn't be holding the book?
No. Let me see what the.
Will you read this then?
Yeah.
And will you tell me what you think?
Yeah. I will.
You're not going to get angry?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. How many wives? 12 and one old lady, long dead. How many whores behind the curtain? 12 again.
Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, he's a devil worshipper. The curtain is the curtain on the day of judgment that is lifted when you go to Dinga, and the whores are the wives, the Muslim is up in heaven.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Come and talk to me. Why are you running off?
You need educating, brother.
I need educate. Come and talk to educate me then.
I encountered a wide range of reactions in the square that day. But what about the man who bought the book soaked in petrol to the square 30 years ago? How does he feel looking back? What do you think the legacy is of what you did here with the book?
The government didn't listen. The book is still there. What it did do is to raise awareness about the feelings of Muslims in the community, so that the community of other authors don't write similar book about Muslims. We end up in a similar situation again. So by burning one book, what we did was to promote peace at that time.
Do you see the kind of contradiction there? Like saying we were promoting peace by burning a book.
Yeah.
Does that sense that it doesn't trip off the tongue nicely? Do you see that?
No, I disagree, because our aim was not creating problems. It was to bring peace in the city. And yes, we burned the book. The feelings of the people are inflamed, non-Muslim, Muslim as well, you can say. But then we set the agenda. We said, look, this is our issue. It is sad, unfortunately, because I feel that the media could have played a better role in handling the situation.
No, but Mohammed, what I'm really asking is, using a word like unfortunately suggests it just happened. It didn't just happen. Like, you soaked a book in paraffin and set fire to it. So what I'm saying is there a bit of you that thinks we went too far?
Perhaps it inflamed the feeling of people in the community, and if it did do that, we feel sorry for that. We didn't intend to cause that feeling, that hurt. Perhaps we did go a bit far. Perhaps not. I don't know.
There's a sense of reluctant regret here, but for some, there's also a simmering anger that's as strong now as it was 30 years ago.
Excuse me, have you got a second? The author said it's a critique of religion. That's useful. Is that...
Oh, come on then. Come on then. Come on then. You fucking bastard. Come on then. It's in the book.
Can I have my book back?
Fuck you. It's in the book. No, it's in the book, no. Come on then. Fuck you. I'm going to burn this book. Film me. No, film me. Fuck up, it's about a profit. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck you.
Walk out.
I'm ready. Come on, Rusty.
Shut your mouth right now. Shut your mouth. I knew what the book was about. That's why I didn't want to do bullshit with you. You can record it, you can put it over BBC Media, I don't give a fucking shit. You know you could do Bradford, okay, Muslim girl, trying to say that shit.
How's that Muslim ghetto? I'm from down the road, I'm from Huddersfield. It's not a Muslim ghetto, I'm a Muslim.
You go into a Muslim populated area, trying to say shit about
I'm a Muslim.
When you're going to get a response like that, be prepared. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think it's reasonable for someone to grab a book and start ripping it up?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. If you feel offended, you can burn the book. But the question is, what are you going to do about it then?
Have you heard of the Satanic Verses?
No, I've not.
Okay, so it's by an author called Salman Rushdie.
I don't want to read the book. I don't want to read the book.
So you don't want to read it because what you've heard?
Because of what I know. I know who that guy is. I know what he's talking about. It's all bullshit. There you go. Put on BBC Media. I'm with the one. That's my name as well. There you go. Get on my face.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. Has he burned it? Where is he? What? He's actually burned it?
Yeah.
Where is he burnt it?
Kind of done. He's burning on the way.
You up there? Did you actually see him start a fire? It's got burn marks on it. He's actually set fire to it. Can't see him. I felt really a bit odd walking through the square with the Satanic Verses, but I did not for a second think someone was going to get so offended that they'd grab it out of my hand and set fire to it. We're talking about something that happened 30 years ago. To understand that level, that kind of visceral response, I don't get it. I do not get it. I keep looking over my back because I think he's going to come back in a second. I felt offended by parts of this book. That does not mean I want to shut down discussion. That does not mean I want to argue and fight with people. It does not mean that I want to curb someone else's rights.
Yeah. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That was hilarious, man. That was hilarious.
This is a Muslim area, bro. What are you doing in this Muslim area?
It's a Muslim area.
This is a Muslim area, بكلية.
Nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts, man. It's hilarious. And
these
people
and
the
are
fact
sick,
that the guy burnt it.
They took over, man.
What the hell? Like, you know, when you first see the guy, you're like, oh, he's a cool guy, whatever. He's going off to work, whatever. He seems like a respectable. That same guy just flipped the lid. Came back. He was crying almost in the streets. Come on, dude. Come on.
And you know, no man. You know
heavy levels of hypocrisy, though. Heavy levels of hypocrisy. Because if you did that to their book, you said I feel offended and do that to their book. Wait, I'm okay, but you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, man.
But you know the craziest thing as well is that he looked like a moderate Muslim. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Even the moderate ones have the ability to behave like that. Do you know what I mean? Even the moderate ones. So what do you think about the extremists? Do you know what I mean? What do you think about their sort of mindset and what they would do if they had the power, you know?
That's it. That's your big up for it. Welcome. But yeah, it's crazy. To me, in the 21st century, not being able to have a conversation. I think what made me laugh was that the guy, you know, the Khamis bad boy guy, like with the hat on, sucking on a lollipop. That dude said he didn't read the book, but that he didn't have to read the book because he knew what it
He'd
was
already had
saying.
made up his opinions based on
He
what other
already made
people
up
have
his
told him.
mind.
Exactly.
He already made up his mind and shit, right?
Direct gangster, direct gangster.
Direct gangster, I swear. Man, it cracks me up, man. It cracks me up. So that's I don't know how to, you know what I mean? I don't know how to kind of look at that and not say it's insecurity. That was mad insecure.
Yeah,
Bro, he literally looked at the book with him, read it with him, and then disappeared and came back. That was playing on his mind, bro. That was playing on his mind. Like,
it was playing on his mind big time. Big time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he was probably thinking,
weird.
he was probably thinking, if I don't deal with that now, then God's gonna ask me in the day of judgment. You know, why do you not take action? You know, why do you not fight? Do you get what I mean? That's probably what he thought. These people are weirdos, man. Like everything is based on what the big man upstairs is gonna think and what he's gonna say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's really weird.
Now, like the thing is, bro, like the whole thing was that can fear like day-to-day life growth up. These people are just afraid day in, day out. Like I don't think that book I don't think that no one has ever translated to Somali. Like it would be funny to know the reaction. Or somewhere like people will probably like it would be like next level behind like
It would be like slaughter. People would be slaughtered on the streets. Do you know what I mean? It would be absolutely mad. And that's the thing, yeah. Even without them not even knowing what's in such a book, you know, they will get angry. Look, that Pakistani guy, we see the way that he reacted. Imagine how a Somali would act. Do you know what I mean? Because Somali, everyone knows this religion more than anyone.
Yeah,
you know
far more militant than any Pakistani, bro.
Why is that,
yeah,
guys?
bro,
Why is
far
that?
more militant.
Why are we the front runners for this thing? Why are we the
I
slaves,
don't know,
but we're the
bro.
last to receive anything?
We are Arabian people,
because
I really don't know.
Bangladesh, there are probably 3 worst countries. Like had the certain laws even in Hargeisa. I didn't remember, but like I heard like 6 months ago, like had the a year
no way.
Someone can just lock you up for no reason. Like some idiot
right here. Okay.
Like you're gonna get locked up
Hello,
for a year.
Mayday.
Yo, London.
Yes. Hello, I'm here.
Welcome, London. So do how you doing?
Thank you for inviting me. Most appreciative.
Of course, man. What are your thoughts on the subject today? We're talking about the insecurity of the believer.
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of the same for every religion. You know, it's not even only Islam. You have to be insecure to a certain extent. You know, believing in something that that should obviously not be believed in,
or that you can't prove. Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can't. I mean, Hindus probably are the same. You know, all these Christianity is the same. I mean, you know, in America we have fundamentalist Christians who believe in ended times, doomsday, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
You talk about Jesus 24/7. I mean, just other insanity. So, yeah, to me, all of them are cuckoo for Cocoa. So that's just
they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, huh? Yeah, it's weird, man. But how do we remedy this, at least in our community, in the Somali community?
Oh, well,
and have them at least conversate with us. You know what I'm saying?
you just here's the thing. That's not. I don't. Well, for the majority, if you're talking about the majority, I think that's just like, hey, it could happen, but it's certainly not going to happen in our lifetimes. I mean, that's just, it has to be like a fundamental shift, basically. Something has to change for people to say, okay, we're done with this, for example. I mean, you look at the Catholic Church is dying everywhere, basically, right? I mean, or at least in America it is. And the Catholic Church was like, hey, powerful as hell back in the days, and that's just not the case right now in America, because something probably changed. An idea, people learned science, people were open-minded.
yeah.
They learned about, hey, God isn't real. And yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I try to personally, for me, how I live my life basically to a certain extent is I know I'm not going to change the mindset of most people. It's impossible to change the mindset of most people, because if they're stuck to something, they're going to be stuck to it no matter what. But you can push them to the right direction, right? You can ask them questions, right? I mean, that's how it should begin. You shouldn't be hostile. You should ask questions like, "Hey, if God is so merciful, then why the hell does hell exist?" You know?
Right. I see what you're saying.
That contradicts itself. Right away.
Yeah. Welcome, Far. Welcome, Far.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And hey, no worries. So
yes, that's what I think.
It's crazy though, because at the end of the day, like I was telling the fellas before, I was like, we have to at the very least start talking. That's the bare minimum.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
so I really want to know how and what solution we can bring to get to that level of actually conversating. Because these are all the ad hominems, red herrings, and all that being thrown at you. But I'm like, okay. But can we actually talk? You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, yeah, but I mean, 100%, and I always encourage people to talk to people. But in the end of the day, it's that person's choice of whether they want to listen to you or not, whether they want to actually, actually think, etc. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, I mean, it's the same with every single type of ideology or extremist ideology. You have to talk to them, and if they want to change their mind, then they'll change their mind, and they'll actually do the research. Okay, so it's not like I personally became like an atheist. It's I went down that rabbit hole of opening a book.
It's a process.
Right, it's a process. Open the book. Research, ask questions, have a curious nature, or at least be in a atmosphere where curiosity is encouraged, not suppressed.
Exactly, and actually having the courage to follow through with your curiosity, right? I knew I was literally told I knew by in Somali Muslim. Yo, man, it's like you guys have gone to the foot of the escalator, but I'm choosing not to hop on the escalator because of what's gonna happen. But you guys chose to hop on the escalator and go to that next level.
Oh yeah.
So he's realizing, right, that this is something that is, we can all have a conversation, but he's admitting that he's afraid of it. So this fear, that's instilled in the heart of the believer, is necessary for them to sustain this. How could I the religion? I think that's what's necessary. Somehow.
I mean, yeah, I agree with everything you said, man, and especially, hey, you just said fear is, fear is what's is making
that's what drives it. Yeah, that's what drives it. Yeah, absolutely.
Because hey, if you're afraid of God throwing you in hell for eternity,
which doesn't even make any sense, but that's maybe for another day. But to me, honestly, right now, what I wanted to kind of decipher, and you guys saw that that video at the Bradford Square, and how the guy just looked normal at first, but then lost his shit in the second clip, right? It's kind of like, what happened? Like, this was on his mind the whole time,
right?
And he had to basically let it simmer. It simmered, and then he came back with rage.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a great way to indoctrinate people with that rage.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, look, he became. I saw the video, and he became. He probably
erratic.
He did become erratic, etc. He became flustered, etc. And hopefully he'll be fine.
But that's the whole thing, right? It doesn't hurt to hear ideas, and I think sometimes I feel like our people think that it will hurt them. Just have ideas,
right?
To discuss these ideas. I think it feels like it hurts them.
Oh yeah, I mean it does hurt them. I mean it does hurt them because I mean imagine you have millions. I mean like 1,000. Let's say 1,000 years close, where your entire family believes in the same thing, they worship the same gods, the whole 9 yards, everything, and then you come out of nowhere and you're like, hey, I don't believe in this. So obviously they become, annoyed and outraged, particularly the people who have based their entire existence around it, right? Like the imams, the sheikhs, the whole 9 yards. I mean, they're not gonna just lie down and just say you can say whatever you want, right? No.
which is crazy. Because I was saying that earlier. I was saying Somali people are not usually afraid of a conversation. They're not
No.
afraid of, and but for some reason, this specific topic, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? That's the weird thing.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But I think it's like that everywhere with just different topics, that people have. You know what I'm saying? It just people, even here in America, like if they're non-Muslim, they probably believe in something that I don't believe in, and they'll go crazy if if you say it, basically, because they don't believe in it. So that's like it's unfortunate, It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I just feel like something has installed itself in the mainframe of the Somali consciousness,
Oh, yeah.
that's making it so hard for us to, just actually engage in conversation that makes sense for
Right,
us.
right.
Yeah, because we're in the most amazing lands in the world.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we can't make something out of it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. No, I agree with you on that.
Like, why are we not? I don't know. So my contention is, the reason why we're not advancing is because we're not even talking.
Right.
It's intolerance.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get to the crux of that intolerance. That's why I'm calling it insecurity, right?
Right.
What is it that's in there?
I guess it's. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean, like I said, man, people are defensive of their beliefs. Like, no matter what it is, they will defend it to the tilt. And they will defend it because that's all they've been taught, basically. And it's scary and it's difficult for them to change it. And plus, for Somalis here in America, like, I get why a lot of them are religious, because it's it's comforting, in a sense, right? It's a warm blanket, etc. You have a community, the whole 9 yards, and they don't want to lose that. And they don't.
We already have a community. We have the Somali community. We already have that community.
Right, but I mean, right, but if they don't want to be, but they don't want to come out and say, "Oh, hi, I'm an atheist or something," and be ostracized, right? They don't want to be kicked out. They don't want to be removed, quote unquote, and they don't want to be, if you are an atheist, etc., you're not inclined to go to a mosque 24/7, right? Believing, listening to lectures that are like fairy tales to a certain extent or another, right? So it's like, yeah, I mean, here, let me give you an example, bro. Let me give you an example. Right. I go to a mosque, right? And it's funny because I see a lot of actually, to tell you the truth, I haven't went to a mosque in a long time. But when I used to go to a mosque, I used to see converts, right? White converts, African American converts.
Oh,
etc., right?
that thing, yeah.
Right. A lot of them convert because it's like, hey, they probably, they were amiss. Something was going on in their existence, and they were like, hey, this is comforting, right? This is a ummah, right? Where we're all brothers, etc. Right? That's the thing that that's the one thing I can say about Islam that's better than a lot of religions here in America, because it's like
that sense of belonging, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, you're not gonna belong if you go to a church. And let me just say that, because if you go to a church, first of all, a lot of these churches are already segregated to begin with, right? There's a black church.
I would actually argue the same for mosques, bro. We have a Somali mosque here. We have a Pakistani mosque.
Right. But you have a lot of mosques that are like very mixed, etc. And if you are like a if you're like a minority or ethnicity, and you go to a different mosque, you're not gonna feel like you're out of place compared to if you go to a church, which I've been to before.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've been to like a couple.
Right, eh?
And you're not gonna belong in like Judaism, for example, where they believe they're the chosen people and they believe in a bloodline and everything. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? They're ethno-religious. Yeah, I've heard some people say that Somalis are ethno-religious. What do you guys think about that? That they say, well, Muslim it's ethno-religious. Ethno-religious literally means that the deen and the dhaqan is intertwined, right?
Right. Yeah, but
that's exactly what they believe.
Yeah. But which is weird, because when they're praying in Arabic. So it's weird.
Exactly.
How is that your dhaqan?
Well, I agree with you on that, and I disagree with you on that. Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of Somalis are one degree or another, ethno-nationalists, etc. But Judaism takes it to a whole new level because they believe that they're the chosen people. So if you're not like descended from Abraham or Joseph, I mean, you might as well be. And if you don't, cut off your, whatever we do all that stuff, you're not a real Jew.
Yeah, that's true. Why do you think Judaism did not go any further than like a few million? Because that's truly ethno-religious.
Right,
that's
because they're
really their thing. Yeah,
because they're ethno-religious.
it's their
They're
thing.
not
It's not everybody. It's not meant for everybody. Imagine this: it's the oldest Abrahamic religion, yet the least populated one. You know what I'm saying? So why is that? So I knew. My contention is that Islam and Christianity were backed by empires.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Christianity and Islam are. I mean, Judaism.
Empire-built religions. That's what they are. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Islam and Christianity had empires. They didn't have, Judaism probably at most had like a kingdom, but Christianity and Islam had, I mean, no, Islam and Christianity, they want people to convert. Okay, they want you to convert no matter what. Like other religions, they don't really care. Like a Buddhist isn't gonna come to you and say, "Hey, let me tell you about, the wise words of Buddha." Like they don't care about that. That's up to you.
Yeah, it's take it or leave it type of thing, right? It's not
right, but
not any deeper than that.
Right, but Christianity and Islam, yeah, they are, they are aggressive. They want you to convert basically because they both believe in like literally the same thing in the end, right? They believe in the hellfire. They believe in the end of the world. They believe in Armageddon. Like
I don't even think it's belief. I think it's just spreading the what I mean, spreading the empire. That's really what it is.
Right. I mean, 100%. It's also
that's what empires do.
It's all politics.
Spread. Yeah, it's more politics. Okay, so think about this for a second, right?
Islam's very political, man.
After Muhammad died, right? Abu Bakr Siddiq took over, right, as the caliph, right?
Yeah.
When he took over, he lived, I think, for 2 years. Ali wasn't even down with that whole Abu Bakr Siddiq becoming the next caliph. No, anyways, after 2 years he died, right? And then after that was what? Umar. Umar got killed. And then it was Uthman. Uthman got killed.
Yeah.
And then it was Ali. Ali got killed.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Ali went to war against Aisha. So it's like, if that's not political, right? I don't know what is. So
and we're never taught about that, right? We're never ever taught about that. I found out about that recently. The Battle of the Camel.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. There was civil war between the Sahabas. These are the chosen people.
Yeah. When the Umayyads started
their own fighting for power in that, man.
But absolutely. And so here's the thing, right? I mean, when I hear Qaf Somali or Kule, Birgi anu tagnay Badr, I'm like, bro, your ancestors were chilling in the prairies of Africa with their camels, worshiping Waq. I don't know who you think fucking took place on the, but what Somali participated in these battles, but this is their thing. Like this is geopolitical for them. So don't start taking on the role of a fucking soldier in the Battle of Badr. You weren't there, nigga. We were not there. It's not our battle. It was never our war. It was never our stuff.
No, you're right. We weren't. And by the way, Abu Bakr was, because I read about, I read a lot about Islamic history. I got into a lot of that. Like Omar, right? The second one, basically, right? The second leader, right? He literally came to Muhammad's daughter's house looking for Ali because he was like, hey, Abu Bakr, Abu Bakr is going to be the new caliph, basically. You're not going to be, etc. And they had a dispute and argument because Ali wanted to be, he thought he was going to be the leader. Okay, he thought he was going to be, because, I mean, and here's the funny part about the Shiites. The Shiites are actually, a lot of their history, like, obviously, they're biased too, but, a lot of, they show you more history, the actual real history than Sunnis do, because Sunnis, it's like, it's rose petals, right? We're all peaceful, they all loved each other,
happily ever after.
Right? That's not the case. That was not the case. There was power plays, there was, hey, interest, the whole 9 yards.
Yasmin is cracking me up, man. Like she said, the Quraysh had mass murdering on lock.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
vibes.
Oh,
they were
yes,
like,
sir.
she
But again,
said, they were like, I'm gonna fuck them all up. Yeah, that's true.
right. But I always tell people, look, like if you earlier, I just want to come back to earlier topic you said about how to change people's mind. Like
Yeah.
going, yes, you can always point out what Muhammad did, what his buddies did, etc. And yes, a lot of it was awful, a lot of it was good. But we also have to remember that these were, they were human beings, right? I mean, Momo was not a prophet; he was a human being, so he had all the personality deficiencies of a human being, right? The good and the bad and the ugly, just like in the movie, right? And like my biggest, grip about Islam wasn't because like I read it and say, oh, because Muhammad did this one thing, I left. No, it was because of the big culprit, God himself, right?
That's
It's like
it.
God himself is a big culprit, right? Because I expect God to be better than any human being, right? I expect him to be above human beings. I expect him to be above the pettiness of rage and insecurity and insanity and be a
Right.
logical, rational individual. But yeah,
Yeah, you're
I
like,
mean,
how
like,
can I be more rational than Allah? Like that don't make
right,
no sense.
right. So I
Right.
don't, right. I mean, like, yeah, because you look at world leaders like Alexander the Great. Yeah, he did good things, but he also did horrible things, right? Julius Caesar did good things. He did horrible things, right? Like every historical, individual out there probably did good things and he did bad things. But
Except
if
I.
you're God, I
Except who?
I
Except
expect him to
me.
be, I expect him to be beyond human deficiencies, basically.
Right. No, I
And if
hear you.
that's right, so I always tell people, ask them not about like Muhammad or his Sahabas and his prophets, like ask him just particularly about God, like just get him to think about that for a particular second. Like, hey, do you know that teacher that you always liked, etc., and that you had a good relationship with? Do you think that teacher is gonna go to hellfire for millions and billions of years, or you just read the historical or you just ask questions like, hey, how come God doesn't appear like right now in the 21st century, where we have cameras, where we have technology, where we can, where, hey, you're in London, I'm in Minnesota. I mean,
Yeah.
right? God could literally appear right now, and he could literally make everybody a world, a believer, etc. But he didn't do it. Why?
Yeah.
Because he was made up.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
really what he was up.
Yeah, he was made in the eyes of the believer. So
Right, the
that's
seventh
why.
century Arabian,
Mhm.
society.
So, have you ever heard this from Somali people in London? And for you too, please, because I think we talked about this earlier. Uh, so basically, when Somali Muslims will say, "Adat dinti ka tagteen, adat ka bahrain dinti." Why you
Yeah.
keep talking about it?
Oh no.
Why you keep talking about it? Adat ka bahrain no dayati. What do
Oh
you guys
no.
say to that?
Oh no. Well, first,
You
I
know what I
don't
mean?
really
Like we got to talk about it, right? We got
I
to talk
really
about it.
don't. The funny part about it is my entire family knows I'm an atheist. Like I don't hide it. Like I don't hide it. If you ask me, oh, are you an atheist? Yeah, I'm an atheist, 100%. But I have the policy of where, like, if I just don't talk. I don't talk about it. Like religion and politics in general. I don't talk about it unless somebody else starts it, basically, right? And then that's when I'm going to talk about it,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, I'm just like living my existence day to day.
Okay. So
Right.
yeah. So you're basically saying it's not that I'm talking about it; it's that other people are talking about it,
Oh yeah,
and I'm engaging that.
yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I can dig that. I can dig that. Yeah,
Right.
I can vibe with that. That makes
Right.
sense. What about you, Far? Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I love the way they say, "Oh, your ex." It's like an ex always talking about their ex. It's like somebody's always talking about their ex. But I told you guys, like, it's so funny
It's
because
funny.
like my ex ain't trying to kill me out here. Actually, actually have a very lovely relationship with my ex. You feel me? And it's like it's not even a comparison. It's not even a comparison. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
And honestly, like it's again, like what London was saying, like it goes back to like you can live your life, but there's always going to be people, right, who are going to keep coming into your life and keep asking you questions, and you know, and get offended because they don't get the answer they like or they receive or whatever. You feel me? So it's like the problem isn't with me or you or other people. It's just basically with other people. You feel me? Because it's like I can, like what London said, we can live our existence. You feel me? Like we can live our life. You know, we, like my whole motto is like, do you? I'm gonna do me. You know, have fun. I don't care what you do. Honestly, I don't care.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like for me, it's like when somebody else gets into my business, it's like, what the fuck you doing? Like I'm not even in your business. Get get out of my. You feel me? It's like even if you do go and live your life, it's like you're always going to have other people who want to tell you how to live your life, and that's where it comes down to, honestly.
Right. It's funny. Yasmin cracked her eyes. She's like, it's the same as leaving a toxic work environment. You're still going to talk shit about it for years to come.
Yeah,
that's true. I think that's true.
Hey, yes,
She got jokes. Yasmin got jokes, man.
She's hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
No.
So, but that's the thing, though. Like, I think they never shy away from assuming, right? I guess you walk up into a place and whatever, and they see a Somali person, they don't drop a beat in assuming. Oh, assalamu alaikum balagorani. Inshallah, yo, subhanallah balagudadadin. And then like they don't understand, right? Yo, you're speaking to me from your paradigm. But then when you decide to do the same thing, they're like, yo, shut up. What the hell? You know what I mean? It's funny to me. Yeah. It's kind of like a double standard that's obvious and blatant. It's like, okay, so you get to impose on me, but I don't even I can't even question it. Okay, that's
right.
fair.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, that's just how it is with religion. It's like, hey, believe me or just die. It's really that simple. And
yeah.
And it was like that here. It was like that here in America like a while ago. Like, hey, I mean, Salem witchcraft. They burned witches.
That's it.
They didn't believe in. They thought Christ-like insanity.
Right.
And I don't know, man. It's crazy, bro. It's just crazy. It's like you just have to get these people to think, man. That's all. You just got.
So that's the thing. What's the best way to do that, London? Like that's essentially the crux of the matter here. And how do we do that? What is the best way to do that? How having forums like this, I think, is one way. Basically, you have 6 Somalis on this panel right now.
Yeah.
That والالتنمة iska dhex arka oo iska isku ixtiraamaya Soomaalinimada without needing a Arab intervention.
Right.
And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got a little idea if you guys
I grew up
in
I grew up in Saudi Arabia, actually. Like I still remember living there. So it's
Fir'aun, I want to hear your idea, Fir'aun. What is your idea, brother?
Right. I got a little idea here because it's like I was just listening to you. Like it's so true. Magaranasa. Somalis always bring up the religion. Magaranasa. They go to Somalis they always like dinta sida isatini, and you're like, I didn't even ask you about the dinta Magaranasa. Marcus, I'm thinking we need to do a counter warfare in Akusabayno. Or basically, what we're gonna do is like let's print it up some kind of little blasphemous little leaves magaranaysa. Then muqaayadaha iyo masaajidada iyo meelaha muriirda joogto we're gonna leave it magaranaysa. just to piss them off, and then they can kuwada magaranaysa open minded kana leeya connection ay ka heli karaan so they can holla us back magaranaysa. Riwaayad Carbeed ka sheekaysanay faqad dad bashir masaajidka khasab u joogo
masaakiin ha
luqiisa ka arko iyo poster yaro dhinaca halo leeyahay riwaayad Carbeed
kaa daawada qaar badan baa jira hadda waxaan ku qoslaba ka dhacsanin laakiin iska aamusan
right because
wadiga aragtay marka Mustafa Martin aragtay ma ahayn ninka la yiraahdo Mustafa Martin
legend
he's a legend, that guy. Ninkaas waa nin maxaa ka raayay, actually he's your maxaa ka raayay fellow burco. You know what I mean? He comes there and he's like, Hade, what are you actually talking about? And he was like, yeah, I've done that. Really, the two things don't go together. But even him was like, and so if that's the case, they do exist. So
right. So think about them seeing the nomad, them seeing the leaves, restaurants ka
leaflets
anigu
leaflets
I
oo kale
don't magaaladaydan ma tegi meelaha mareedu tagto
ha
oo Soomaalidu joogto but like I can go there once a while if I got me them kind of flyers ready
yeah
and then I only you just have to make sure that that no one catches you but you just jump on the sideways
yeah that's good. That almost sounds like evangelizing though.
Well, you know, I mean, we have to do something, you know what I mean? Because
you know what I'm saying?
we're not going to get a phone call from 45 years old, right? We're
Facts.
going to get probably some teenager who's pissed off his dad dragged him to
Facts.
the mosque.
Facts.
I would rather do something else with my life. You know, anyways, we need to target dhalinyarada in magaranaysa. So
you know what though, dhalinyaradin waxaan anigu u fiirsaday waxa weeyaan dhalinyarteedini they're waking up. They're waking up. Because right now, if you think about it, shuyukhda ka hadasha apostasy. Like it's a regular topic now. Whereas it would never ever been discussed before. You understand? I showed that video at the last stream of Mohammed Saeed Ragi talking about 25% of university educated Somalis are leaving the deen. So then at some point you got to say, well, either there's going to be a brain drain in our community, or we get to accept differences of opinions and differences of perspectives and differences in beliefs. And our Somali Numa has to be first, and then we can work on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely, man, definitely, bro.
Yeah. So how do we? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to kind of realize that because the Muslim family, Muslim, I love them very much. I would die for them.
Right. We just want to get them out of the fairy tales.
Anigu Fir'aun horta dad doon soo head. I'm not even there, bro. I'm not even there. Anigu waxaan taaganahay magaranaysaa. Yeah, anigu waxaan taaganahay keep believing what you want to believe. But laakiinse allow other people to believe what they want to believe as well.
But they're not gonna allow it though. That's the thing, you know, man. These people, they're not gonna leave you, magaranaysaa, as long as you are not copy of them. Waxa iyagu sameeyaan haddaanad samayn waxa weeyaan they're not gonna leave you alone.
Hello.
Okay. Yo, London, what's up, man? You're singing. Yeah, yo, London, you on, bro?
I don't know what happened.
Oh, you can't hear us.
Right. So should I continue?
Yeah, go ahead, Frank.
So basically, what I'm saying is, like, I would love to be optimistic on Magranesa to see how people can, how they think, reaction code. But you know how Malis are, our hard-headed bastards, yeah. So come to revolution, why not straight? I'm not into it.
It ain't my thing.
That's it. Like, you know what I mean? We have to be.
Yeah, did you? waxaa lagu oranayaa marka waxaan ka tiraahdiina Fircoonade waxaa la qaylinayaa waxaa la oranayaa alla diintu naga bixinaya diintii uu naga bixinaya.
Yes, waa idinka bixinaya leeyahay. Riwaayadda cabdi baa idinka saaraya. Kun sano waa subcinayso wajiga for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing it, but I get to yes, that's exactly my point.
Because they're not saying about themselves. They're not saying about themselves. They درعية عربية بالمالك السكور حلنا
صح.
That kills me.
My man is fed up. Well, I love it. Bigger for the honor. He's a big time. I love that, man. I love it. That's true. Like one of my favorite Somali poets, Hadrawi,
right.
Inta man ku gaajaysan yahay, guli waa wali. So as long as you're starved to learn more, to get to evolve, you've not yet reached victory. Marka dadkeenu badana waxay iska dhaciyeen they've reached victory because Muslim weeyaan. You know what I'm saying? Marka they don't have the need to keep searching.
Right.
And Islam itself discourages that type of searching.
Like, let me tell you a funny story that happened to me once. And you know,
go ahead.
Let me share you. But like, it was 2-3 years ago. At Helsinki, yeah. There was like, they're gonna build up some library back home, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm not even into the Somali community. Let me just go there and check it out. Went to gate. There's 3 niggas wearing a terrace there talking about we're gonna build up library. Then I was looking at like this, guys. What sort of library? Obviously, the Gabriel Abed Babugak Tihibam Lagini, So, and people were like staring at me like magaranaysa. So I felt like a little bit uncomfortable. Markii dambe waan iskaga soo baxay. So that let me thinking like hadda bal inaad ereyaal. Ask yourself, yeah, you know, man, and my dear friends, we got the longest coastline in Africa. They need some kind of Arabian permission. It's like I don't had to take that. We are suffering. We got the nicest, most beautiful coastline ever. You see some Somali guys like, oh my goodness, but they
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's so true, man. I should not be laughing. It's so fucking true.
Like,
I swear.
One day I told my mom, yeah,
that hurts, man.
some
Yeah.
videos. I told my mom about them. حكوني بلاك حتى قبل أسوي درح لهم بدي كشيء. لما مسلمي وإن المسلمين أدو تهدشت قوي like.
What? أدو تهدشت قوي. That's crazy. Yeah, but you know what though? I gotta give the Somali humor a shout out, man. Somali humor is next level. We're unmatched. We're unmatched. I swear, man. أدو تهدشت قوي بالوجودي.
Yeah.
Jumping in the water made her naked, like
yeah, you know what I mean?
Mad.
And you know, guys, full calls, but so you think like, why are we the only nation doing this kind of silly things? It's getting the 70s, now 80s, the disco close, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck happened out there?
What do you guys think of what Yasmin is saying right now? Our people are ready to be red pilled. Let's be honest. Ignorance is bliss.
True.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. She's speaking
What do you guys think about? I agree with that 100%. But I think what I think, the older generations, they're finished. I believe they're a lost cause.
Yeah, I think the older generations are a lost cause for sure. Yeah.
Forget about them. That's what I believe. Maybe I'm being nihilistic, or you know,
the youth. We can get at the youth for sure. The youth,
are a lot more open-minded.
Yeah.
But that's why 25% of them are leaving the deen. You know what I'm saying? And you know what always cracks me up about that? About that, what Saeed Shaggy said? It's the fact that he says the ones leaving are not the ones shooting each other, the ones stabbing each other. So essentially saying all we got are the bad ones. Like the good ones are leaving. You know what I mean? That's essentially what he said. The good Somali kids are leaving the deen. Are you literally? So that's funny. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's what cracks me up about that. You know, that video all the time. You know what I mean?
Are you allowed?
Maybe you can play that again. Maybe you can play that again. You know, man. Some of the viewers.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the other video. You know the other video, the one that the chef goes fry them and that.
Oh yeah. That crazy.
Are you allowed to play that?
Yeah, I have to. If you have it, send it in the back chat in
All right.
Okay, if you have it, send it in the back chat, and then I'll play it. But like, yeah, just for Muhammad, just to kind of let's see, where is he? Yeah, just so we can actually all be on the same Muhammad page. We can. I'll find a video. I'll find the video and I'll play it. Yeah. Okay, let me come right back, guys. I'm just gonna go find the video. Okay, talk amongst yourselves.
Cool.
Oi, Libah and Kush and Lilman and Far. But introduce you guys to yourself, but Neil. Once, my favorite gala crew.
You're funny. Who wants to go first?
Far goes first. Ladies first.
I'm sorry. Repeat the question. Sorry.
He said, "Halasporto, innit?" So basically, introduce yourself. I guess.
How are you like? How your week can be going? Like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm all right, to be honest. It's been a quiet one today. You know, typical Sunday. Sunday is restart day. But yeah, I know I'm based in London. I think you're based in Helsinki, so man, I'm guessing that's Finland, right?
Former ex-Londoner though.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so, because I thought you had a British accent.
Yeah. Well, that's why I mentioned before.
Okay. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. East London, it's a bit of a shithole, isn't it?
Yeah. I used to be based on there as well.
It's improved, but it is a shithole. It is a shithole. It's improved though, but it is still a shithole for sure.
Right.
I'd say it's the least developed part of London, so you know.
Right.
Yeah, East London's always been neglected. I don't know why. Because maybe because it's always had a big working class community. I don't know.
Yeah, it's where the working class tend to live, bro. But when the Olympics came to London is when they gave it a little boost and you saw a little gentrification happening, you know, like new builds and a couple places started looking a bit nicer. But,
yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
Got Westfield and
Yeah, exactly. Stratford, they were quite a socket. Yeah, man, it's a new bruv. I'll be honest with you, Stratford is different. Like I remember Stratford 10 years ago and Stratford now. Wow, major changes, bro. Major changes. Yeah, so
yeah, so
oh, sorry, go on, far.
Okay, so I'll just answer your question. Yeah, West Coast in a sense, Midwest, and yeah, I guess it's just it's been a laid back day. Yesterday I went to the beach, so that was nice, you know, go-kart racing, all that fun stuff. Anyways, yeah.
Sorry, did you say you was in Australia or where?
No, America, West Coast.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I just had a chill week, honestly.
All right, guys. You guys want to see the video now?
Oh yeah.
Yo, Far, if you had your YouTube playing in the background, mute it or something. I think there's feedback.
Okay. I'm gonna hop off and then just exit everything off and then come back on.
Okay, perfect. I'll share the screen right now.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the one where Saeed is talking about the calamity of Muslims leaving Islam. Mute yourselves, fellas, and let's watch. Let's give this a watch again.
دراسات كان لقوا سمية حالة مسلمين خاصة تصدع جروب خاصة إيران يا أفغانستان إيو الصومالي ده صدق ده جروب اللي سمية واحد لو سوء قاعدي دراسات لقوا سمية 2014 2017 2018 انت بوا لقوا سمية دراسات واحد اللي ورمينا واحد اللي هي the fastest growing religion was Islam. دين تقطر ما ترى كبدان واسق ما إسلام كبالي. وريمسا كبحد الدين تاني إمسانا صوغشة. بحاول ما لا ينسى. وحكوا قياسين مركا بربر دجان تي كريستانتي. كريستانتي مركا واحد هذين 2014 كي وحكب حي 23% بكب حي دين تودا. كريستانتي وحكب حي بقول كي بصدق هي الله باط. waxaa u soo hoyday soo galay oo soo noqday boqolkiiba 6% kuwaas waa u dhammaatay soo waxa uu leeyahay marka loo yimi muslimiinta imsa ka baxda baa la yiri diinta boqolkiiba waxa soo gala horta aridinku bushaareynayaan 3 boqolkiiba 3 baa soo gala boqolkiiba waxa ka baxa muslimiinta diinta waxa ka baxa 3 boqolkiiba akhrista statistiska doona google garaya 2014 kii caruurta muslimiinta ee youthka waliba dhalinyarada boqolkiiba 3 ba ka baxayay 2014 kii way ku celiyeen 2017 kii bay ku bilaabeen waxa ka baxay boqolkiiba 4 yani waxaan u jeednaa haday magaaladan 10,000 ay degan yihiin waa rubuc ba baxaya sanad walba waxa ka baxa diinta boqolkiiba 24% waa musiiba waxa ugu horeysa waa Iran taydii sheegay waxa ku xigay Pakistan Afghanistaniinta Soomaalida caruurtana waxa ka guuxaya shaki safar aanu galay aniga iyo dadka ducaad kale oo aanu Ingiriiska loogu tala galay waxa waxaanu ka soo muxaadaraynay toddoba magaalo waxaa la isugu yimi waxaanu tagnay 17 markasna waanu tagnay taanu qura sidaan u dawaafin taanu qurana ka hadlaynay waxa weeye war carruurtan shakigu oo galay caynkeebino shakiga diinta uga saaraa waxaan idin sheegayaa kuwan gaaloobay diinta ka sii baxaya kuwa ka maqashaan CNN ama BBC London media isgelgelinaya ma aha kuwa Canada ka dhageysataan CNN ama Fox News ay istogtooganaya ma aha kuwa diinta ka baxaya waa carruur markii hore masaajida lagu soo koriyay mar labaadkiina jaamacado la geliyay intii jaamacadda nukhbadii ugu wanaagsan jaamacadda ka soo baxday ayaa gaalowday kii wax dilaya muu gaaloobin kii tuugaha muu gaaloobin kii khamriyaadka muu gaaloobin kii xumaaday si kale u xumaaday muu gaaloobin kii gaaloobay wuxuu noqday inankan iyo inantan jaamacadda galay
ايوه كاد فرعون فيديو قاعد ندير كنت كور
music to my ears.
Yeah, saying.
You know the funny thing is he's saying that 23% by Muslim kasogala. But I think that's the birth rate. I don't think
it is birth rate. Yeah. It's not conversions. That's the funny part. He says everything, and he doesn't hear it the way we're hearing. You know what I'm saying? I swear that made me laugh.
Isn't the same the same region that was like couple but he did like couple years before that some kind of remarks on African Americans.
Yes, he did do that.
Yeah, you're right. He did, yeah.
He's an idiot. Well.
They're mostly bastards, really. It's something like that. I was like, what the?
And he said it so casually as well.
Adi. They were all born out of a one-night stand. Like, what?
Think about it. Wasn't he like wasn't he like I think he was preaching somewhere in Kenya or somewhere. Some people who have no idea about North America or anything like.
He was in Kenya.
Wow, clown.
But it's the way he's saying it so casually, and I'm pretty sure there were African Americans in the congregation as well, because I think he was in America, that speech. Or was it in Kenya,
right.
Did he say?
No,
I think it was in Kenya. I think
it was in Nairobi.
Oh, right.
Nairobi, it was in Nairobi. You know
but that's a wild statement to make. But that's the thing. These people, you know, the same. They're always talking about munafiq. You know, munafiqin. They're gonna be in the lowest pit of hellfire. But Miss Arkan.
Right.
I think I go connect. Let me share that again, please. Let me share that. Because it's funny.
It's like when you think about it,
it's ridiculous the fact that he actually has the nerves to say something like that.
Right. And think about all of them like
you know what I mean?
Like tension this communities ka dhexdhisayo.
Waxa ka dhacayna ku sheegi doonay balan dhageysan horta. And dhageysan ana ku sheegi doono waxa dhacay.
The people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third. You know, subhanallah, it's one of the African American brother who accepted Islam. He said, Sheikh, Islam limited me. Only allowed me 4 wives. He said, before I became a Muslim, I had 40 girls, mashallah, tabarakallah. And I used to maintain all of them well, tabarakallah. But he said, now Islam is limiting me only to 4. So children will be well taken care of. And there won't be children who do not know their fathers.
What kind of insult is that? Well, how I think the people watching him were laughing, laughing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? What the flip, man? Like, you're supposed to. So what ended up happening is that there was a Mado sheikh, like an African American sheikh, that started insulting. For somehow the Somali girls got the smoke. Right? Oh, in Atlanta, your Somali girls are all prostitutes. So habli Somali belai. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
and Nomad.
Yeah.
You know that African American sheikh that you're talking about? He's a prominent sheikh as well. I forgot his name, but he's also on the same level as Saeed Raghi, you know, and he stooped to his level. So you have with that rap beef. You know,
it
two
is. It
people
is a
who are
rap
supposed
battle,
to
isn't
be
it? Yeah,
exactly. It was like a rap battle, and on YouTube, I was like, "Yo, this is embarrassing." These are supposed to be people that the young Muslims are supposed to look up to.
That's it.
What a representation!
It's crazy to not have any respect for the people that actually did the civil rights before your black ass can come over and profit from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
right.
there's no thinking in it. He actually issued an apology after that. He made an apology to the African American community.
Unnecessary arrogance, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no need for that kind of behavior.
That's crazy. Yeah. No. Far. I don't know where London is, but I don't see him in the back chat. So,
yeah, he said he has like
yeah. You don't, and Fir'aun, you don't have to make space, because there's enough space. So yeah. So, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like, watching that, African Americans, you know what I mean? And then not feel that any type of way about it. Like, it's only after Merky Luguri, how can you do that? Are you
Are you retarded or what?
Yeah, like, what are you, dumb? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
But he said it with so much confidence. Sorry, go ahead, Far.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's just crazy. Like, you go to like a mosque and that's what you hear. What the fuck is going on? Like, it's just like, what? Like, what did I come here for? Like, I thought I come here for, charity. Like, some of them, they'll be like, oh, like, I like the ones at least that used to be like, oh, at least, do charity, all that stuff, right? But it's like, what are we listening to? What the hell? Like, I don't know, man. It's just...
No, they're actually laughing along. What are you talking about? They're laughing along. It's like, it's dumb, man. It's dumb. So, I think, like, I like that, at least there's some light at the end of the tunnel, where a lot of the new generations have a much more enlightened approach to religion, which I truly like. So even if they still Muslim, I don't care. But as long as they understand that we don't all share the same beliefs, I think that's essentially where I'm at. Yeah, it's kind of like,
I don't. You know, I don't think they know that they don't share them beliefs. It's not that we don't share their beliefs. I don't think that they know what beliefs they share. Like the hadiths that we were showing last time. Some of the hadiths are ridiculous, and some of the hadiths was shown. Sorry.
All right. So, but maybe Fir'aun had it, because everybody last time had said how they had gone through the process. Why don't you share your story, Kazi?
Yeah,
how did that come about?
Definitely.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Well, to me, it was like basically willing even feeling kind of like the story and Arabia fairy tales go catching his naturally. So it was
from
like
day one, from day one, you claim it.
Like the most three things, like the most annoying thing they go like the first thing was like this people this official thing, it's like it pisses me off, like so I remember like certain occasion, some guy about half of the family gig so then telephone then he was like salam alaikum, and then I was like, why you? Then he was like salam alaikum, repeated himself like 3 times, then later on telephone then he was like, say hi to your mom. I was like, whatever. So that thing used to be annoying the hell out of me. Then I never used to understand the dog thinking. Either either
I
was like, I never used to get like, what was
sorry, man. It's hilarious.
Like, you know when you're like 10 years old kid, like you're like, the dog is the worst thing. What are they eating with this? And you're like,
yeah, the cat, black cat.
What's the beef with the dog out there? I think what's the beef with the dog?
The man's best friend kiss you. That's the other thing was like I used to hate like hijab can be the I'm not having that shit. So I started reading about it. Like my mom used to put me in the mosque when I was like 14, 15. Used to learn like reading and like Arabic and Quran, and then like I just used to mark I used like earlier on story I had the Abu Bakr story guy all of this Khalifa business and all of this. Like you like forgot like a one important part or in like remember when the Prophet died, actually a lot of villages, a lot of people left the religion.
That's true, yeah. The Riddle Wars.
Yeah, Warunta.
The Riddle Wars.
Hell yeah, this was like bullshit. Like
that's true.
Wuliba, I heard they were in the tens of thousands, Wuliba.
Yeah,
a couple of people.
Like,
it's whole towns.
How can you disbelieve? Like that was their first actual war. So this like was a junior mafia business page.
Junior mafia.
I don't when they used to say Islam was spread by the sword. You know that?
Right. So basically, I was like skeptical. Then I started reading about this Sunni Shia business. I noticed like, nah, this Shiaism, you're Sunni gun, you're Shia yeah, you got So I started reading about that. I was like 5-6 months onto that. I was like, yeah, then I was like, nah, hell nah, skateboarding friends like back in the days. He just gave me like one Egyptian book, like, and I was like, honey, we'll get Fir'aun, yeah. Why am I focusing on the Middle East? Like, let me start digging up like granddaddy's old bones. Reality. So I'm glad I'm out of that Arabian fairy tales, bro. I'm so glad. Like,
man, that's awesome.
Like,
the process
like
is long.
11 years, though,
the process is long. Like
yeah. But I never had no emotional connection to me. So it's like to me, it was like basically simple move.
And that's the thing. If you read the Quran or the Hadith, you need to have an emotional connection to it prior to reading it. For what it is, and it's scary as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. So, okay, well, that's good. At least there's that.
Yeah, that's my short story.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's like there's this thing that Muhammad little man had sent me, and he wanted me to play it. So I This is a funny one.
Warning.
So yeah. Parental advisory and shit, all that. This is next level cannibalism, but mute up and let's listen to this. It's funny.
waxaa kaloo u bannaan walahu waxaa kaloo u bannaan qatlu murtadi adoo nafta kaa baxaysaad murtad nooloo socdo aragtay intaad disho cun maxaa yeelay soomida soo mare laana limurtada laa xurmata lahu xurmo ma laha ninka asaga walahu qatlu murtadin wa akluhu baa ku jirta hadda intaad dilato ayaad shiilanood cuni waad karsan kaa hore meydka horeed cunayso walow aklu aadami meyitina caadiga ah asagoo sidiisaad cunaysa inaad karisa lama ogolo dab inaad saartood karisa lama ogolo isagoo sidiisa u qoyan oo caydhiina ayaad cunaysa walow waxaa u bannaan qatlu xarbiyin gaal xarbi oo dagaal laga dhexay intuu dilo isagoo nool haddana cunaa u bannaan murtadku liannahumaa waa غayru macsuumayni غayru muxtaramayni ayib لا قتل ذمي ومستأمن قال كي ذمي جزا كقادين او نول haddaad aragto adoo naftu kaa baxayso ma dilan kartid laanna waxaa weeye ammaanka aan siinay baa ilaalinaya wamusta'minna waa lamid kii ballanka lala galay kitaab ludinda kusoo marteen asaguna cismay leeyihiin wasabiyi xarbiyin asaguna ma la ogol yahay nabigu wuxuu ku yidhi waxaa asaxa gaalkii yaraa idimiga ahaa een qaan gaadhin iyo haweenaydii xarbiyadda ahayd ee iyadu aan ragba ahayn adoo naftu kaa baxaysa intaad dilato ood weydaysato waad ku badbaadi kartaa al asaxu xillu qatli sabiy ay alxarbiyi wey walmar'ati alxarbiyeyn lilakli baa loo dili laa ligayrihi limaada waxaan leenahay maysan ahayn cindanaa maysan ahayn macsuumay addami bilasli wainamaa بانتفاء شرط القتل او الحل halkaasaan taagana haweenayda xarbiyada iyo sabiga xarbiga ah dhiigooda looma xarimin inaan laga helin ciladii banayn lahayd oo kufri waa laga helay ciladii banayn lahayd laakiin waxa laga waayay shartigii dhamaystiri lahaa sababka iyo ciladii qitaalka iyo xiraabada
Korama.
Shocking.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? This guy is literally
He's
saying
actually talking about cannibal.
like it's
basically
cannibalism. Like,
Yeah.
what other thing is there? It's cannibalism.
I'm only surprised about the fact that he never gave them any advice on what they can eat it with. That's the only thing I'm surprised about.
I think it would go good with peas, man. Peas and apostates. I think peas and apostates. That's a good dish right there, bro.
Yo, that's a recipe right there, no man.
Peas and apostates.
You know what I mean? Next time I see you, you might have to go missing. Hey, one of you apostates, scale out here, yeah. I want to try that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, we gotta do that. Well,
you know what it is,
yeah.
The way he said it, and then the way he laughed after he said it, like, he sounded like a movie villain, bro. Like, fully.
That's true.
Oh man.
Oh man, I can't deal with this, man. It's too much. It's too much, man. Yasmin said, "What? I highly believe he's mentally deranged or highly kinky."
Oh man,
that's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah, that's messed up, man. So imagine that shit. Imagine that shit. Well, how does so he says it? He says it with a straight face.
Madness.
And a smile. And a smile.
Big smile and a laugh after, bro. He loved it.
Yeah,
He was enjoying himself.
Yeah. And he had that evil smile too. He had the evil laugh, like you saw that, man. Like, fuck, man, what are you talking about? Eating humans? What the hell?
Disney laugh.
Yo, but the thing is, the craziness. Okay, so if you own people's psyches, you can pretty much tell them anything you fucking want, and no one is gonna look at what you're saying now with any kind of critical thinking. Because you have to first disable the critical thinking portion of the human psyche. Don't even question anything. You're just a zombie. You just have a battery pack in your back. You know what I'm saying?
Literally
so that's what you have to first do. Yeah. Then you can pretty much tell them anything. He's literally telling them to eat humans.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, that was kind of disturbing.
Super
and
disturbing.
Hard to the fucking like stomach. Honestly, that was weird. Honestly, if I was
probably in like
I would walk the fuck out. Like, bro, no, I'm not doing this.
Probably in a room with people, and nobody, like, you can see nobody, like, he's preaching to a group of people. No one's challenging him on what he's saying. Do you know what I mean?
He's gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why he would stop. Like, what's the point of stopping, man? People are listening attentively. People, you know what I mean? He's got. And he's got the place in pseudo, like he got his social status. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like you said, Nomad, you could literally tell these people anything, and we're qadaniyan.
Because you've secured the critical thinking. While they put barriers on critical thinking, so they made themselves a highway on which they can pretty much put any contraband.
You know, they've got to jump over so many hurdles to even apply critical thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about you guys, but like, you know, this pandemic it like kind of changed me in a way because like before
so?
like in a way like I guess you know before you were like detached, right? You just did your own thing, whatever, right? But then after the pandemic, it was like everybody like was like freaking out. Everybody was like, "Hey, stay inside," blah blah blah, right? And then like you turn on the TV, and then it's like you see all of these numbers every day: people dying, people dying, people dying, you know. And it's like, and then there's like a pandemic and all of this stuff, right? And it's just like, for me, it's just kind of like it's hard to like stomach that because it's like now you see so many people dying, and even in Somalia, like I heard like there's so many people dying like from coronavirus and stuff like that. And so I just like at this point I like for me it's like okay, for me I thought like when the pandemic started everyone was like, oh, we're in this together, blah blah blah, right? But now it's like it's some fuckery, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It is. It
Yeah.
is. It is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
because for
absolutely,
me,
absolutely.
but for me, it's like now I really like I don't know, like it's just like I look at like death different, I guess, like because like death is all around you now, and like I don't know, like
So
it's just
yeah,
kind of
so
hard to
actually, you know
stomach.
what, Far that leads me to something because I wanted to do a stream on what because a lot of times out at Somalia, and I think fairly so, a lot of Somalis that are Muslim are curious about us. Like they think that I think a lot of them just think, they're misguided, with that very condescending tone. Like they're misguided,
Yeah.
but they don't think
لا يا
any
سعودي.
deep. Yeah. So, but they don't think any deeper than that, right? They don't go any deeper than that. So I think I wanted to do a stream on all of us and what do we think and what our belief system, how it evolves, what are your theories on what happens after you die. I think that's a whole other stream, and I think that would be interesting to kind of just have a conversation around something that where people are not being dragged by the nostrils and being burned in hell and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think what I was trying to say was like, because now there's coronavirus and anybody can get coronavirus. It doesn't matter
Right.
like if you're old or young or healthy or whatever, right?
Right.
So tomorrow you can die from corona. You feel me? So if to me it's like I don't know, like it to me it's just kind of weird hearing that because it's just like, well, the next person, even you can die of corona. I could die of corona tomorrow, you know? Like I just do you, I do me, whatever. You feel me? Like I don't care, right? Like kind of mentality kind of thing, right? And so for me it's like somebody advocated going camera was like, what the fuck you doing, bro? Like I just don't understand this. What the hell are you doing?
I like what Yasmin said. She said, dude promoting silence of the apostates. I don't know if you guys saw that movie, Silence of the Lambs, but it's about Hannibal Lecter, and he's a cannibal. That's funny. But yeah, sorry, I'm cheating. But yeah, like he says it with such a no reservation. He just says it, and people just takes it on. They take it on, and I think that's where the danger is. The danger is not people wanting to kill you above. I think that's scam was still like people will just assume you're Muslim, right? But like to have interesting conversations around different ideas, you have to either be an insecure person not to engage in those conversations. I mean, I don't know any other option. I mean, you're afraid of something. If you can't even engage in a conversation, you're afraid of something. And what we're trying to do, or at least what I'm hoping for, is that our Somali people get more mature intellectually and get more mature in terms of actually having these conversations. And I'm not saying that with any kind of put down to my own community. I love Somali. Somali Nimo is what I'm standing on, right? But I'm not going to diss my people. But what I'm saying, believe what you want to believe, but at least understand that there is advantages to coming to the table. Like last week, Delmar was telling us about the Somali politician lady that said, hey, there might be Somalis that are not Muslim, and we should be okay at welcoming them in and like accepting them in our community. She had to come on live TV and say her shahada all over again. God damn it. It's weird. Yeah, so we have to, because with insecurity comes immaturity, right? If you're insecure about something, you don't have the maturity that you would have if you were confident of something. So you're afraid of conversating. Yeah, go ahead, Far.
And what she said was not wrong, because like you go on YouTube, you see like Somali Masihi, or you see like other people, like, and it's like what she said wasn't even like factually incorrect. Actually, she was right, but she was like shut down, I guess. And that's the thing. It's just like why deny reality even itself? Like, you know, I don't care what the next guy believes. I don't care if he's Masihi, Muslim, God. I don't give a fuck, basically, right? But it's like it's like it's basically like community. It always goes back to community monitoring, like community policing. Sorry, community policing. You feel me? Like you have to police everybody, right? And it just comes down to like the fact that at one point, like we were talking last week, like we were like I told that kid, like I was like, yo, I see so many Somalis, they them Somalis, like LGBT Somalis, like all these kind of Somalis, right?
Yeah.
Like all kinds of Somalis, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? Like gatekeep and like do community policing? Like I didn't sign up for this. Like, you feel me? Like I have no, like, on top of that, I don't even get paid for this. So I have no problem. This is not my business. This is not my fucking business. Okay, I'm gonna go and live my life. Fuck that shit. Basically, you know. I don't
You
care.
mean so you Far? You mean you don't get money for this? You're not getting any. I like how they say that.
Community
These
policer.
people
Like, do
are
I get
being
money for
paid.
this? Like,
They're being paid. Yeah, look, they're being paid for saying this.
I'm still waiting for that check, you know.
Yo, me too, man. Like, yo, man, like Israel needs to get their shit in order, man. Like, we need to
Yeah.
get paid out here.
For real, man. They must have got our bank details wrong or something. I don't know, man. But either way, you know, like, holla at me, man. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, me too, man. I'll give you my PayPal and shit. But yo, look, what do you think what Led said? Ilhan Umar is supporting legalizing weed now, so things are changing. What do you guys think about that? That's a good point, said. A good point.
Where? What area?
Well, Ilhan Umar is a congresswoman in the United States. She represents a county in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So she's the one, and he's saying that she's supporting legalizing weed. What I think is that the party that she's a part of is supporting legalizing weed, and she has to kind of toe the line. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the LGBT community, right? She has to kind of toe the line, and then she'll get the backlash of the quote unquote Salafis. They're gonna say, "Hey, how can you be Muslim if you're supporting LGBT?" Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this shit is more political than spiritual. So the spirituality is something that we can find individually, and if there is such a thing as a God that's all powerful, all knowing, and all that, then he would know shit like this wouldn't work. Come on, man! Like he would know. Like I mean, so he would talk to us directly. So if there's spirituality, it's not in these books. These books are imperialistic, and that's what they're made for. I mean, that's their aim. Their aim is to win the hearts and minds of a generation. Like right now, we're laughing about people giving their kids Arabic name, more and more Arabic names, and not even just Muhammad and Abdullah, but like going in deep into the Sunnah.
But you said something important at the beginning. Yeah, you said something about. I think you said something about like fixing yourself up.
Facts.
So that people see an example of someone, because you know sometimes they're shocked with our manners. For example, when they're the ones that meant to have manners, they talk about having manners and they never had this. He had patience, but they have zero patience. Say the right words, they have zero patience. It's like you can control them once you know their book and control their what's called emotions.
Right.
Yeah, but you said something very important, and that was to fix up and show a good example. There's no point trying to preach to people.
You gotta lead by example. You gotta lead by
exactly.
example. I mean, and that's what I truly believe, Anigu. Leading by example, actually getting our people to that next level. And here's what, like, something that kind
competition is healthy, isn't it? Competition.
Yeah, man. Like something gets to me because our innate way of being as Somalis is lively people, man. We're lively people. We love life. We can take on things. We can take on challenges. We can do amazing business. We've been doing business since antiquity, man. Like since the onset, we're doing business because we're coastal people. But we also have the people that are landlocked that have amazing nomadic traditions and ritual. Like, how are you gonna tell me to forego all of that history to take on next man's history? So I have to be injected with self-hate in order to say, oh, Araban ka init. Like, how dim is that? Like, to be able to even utter those words, you need to have been brainwashed at some level to say, oh, I, as a Somali man, come from Arabaha, which are other men over there. You know what I mean? You're giving yourself up. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I really, really cannot stand is just that. It's just that, man. I can't stand it. Like, I wanna share this little video. Okay, I want to share this little video, and I want to discuss about the spirit of Somali Nimo afterwards, and maybe how to use that as a way to lead us or lead our people out of insecurity. All right, so watch this with me. You guys are gonna like it. I think it's a crazy rave. It's an amazing crazy rave. Jigjiga. So watch this with me. Mute up and watch this for a little bit, and then we come back.
Let me ask you something. Does this Sentra feel like a compromise to you? No compromise on horsepower either?
وجعلك دمر أنك درتي دردرو وجعلك دمر أنك درتي دردرو وجعلك دمر أنك درتي دردرو وجعلك دمر أنك درتي درجع 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 وجعلك دمر أنك درتي دردرو وجعلك دمر أنك درتي دردرو وجعلك دمر أنك درتي دردرو وجعلك دمر أنك درتي درجع 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 درجع
So I want to talk about the Somali spirit. What do you guys thought about that rave, man? They were getting down, right? That was a
Let me
vibe.
go
Man.
first.
That was a vibe. That was a vibe. Go ahead.
That was hard.
Well, you know, I'm glad to see. I think I might relocate myself to Hagaya Chichiga. I come from a city since Yadbred they smell like a chasine. Taliban town, fucking hell.
Yeah, Jigjiga was lit, bro. Jigjiga was lit, man. Yeah.
I'm glad the people are at least enjoying themselves and dancing.
You know what's funny? What's funny to me is that we're so happy to see our people when they're happy.
Yeah, bro.
Because that's the natural state of our people. Like that we're supposed to be at that level. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing, you know what I mean? Does it because sometimes waxaan u malaynayaa markaan ka hadlayno hadda diinta iyo waxaan kaasa dadkeena muslimiintu waxay moodeen intaan iyaga ka hadlayno.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about no Somali because Somali were family going or dadkaygii weeyaan or dhiigaygii. I'm talking about this thing that installed itself on us. I'm not only talking about you as Somali people. And the thing is, I want to be able to kind of uncouple those two things. That's the whole point. And so when I show these videos, like the spirit, Somali that farahsan or you know that can actually have a good life and that can lead a good life. You know what I'm saying? They're not لكن like it seems like their mentality, everything is being shut down with this دينة العربة. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it goes against our, like you said, it goes against our natural state. Like we're Africans, so singing and dancing and music, all of that, it plays a sort of integral, you know, part of our culture.
That's how you control the person's mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we was talking about in the back last time, yeah, like controlling the person's mind, taking away their music, taking away their dance, taking away their language, slowly, Arab Kadig, and then
taking away their identity, bro. Yeah,
identity go there, done. That's not like imagine, yeah, dadka madowga, yeah, anako madow, yeah, our skin is madow, like we can't even deny that waxa lagu leeyahay madow maniin. Like waa iska fogeyna Arab hadda ninkan Arab baa tahay wuxuu ku leeyahay yeah Arab anahay Arabkana wuxuu ku leeyahay madow baa tahay aswad.
Yeah, he will never accept you though.
You know, aswad baa lagu leeyahay hadina waxa leedahay Arab anahay. Come on,
you're
man.
gonna be forever abid to their eyes though, forever.
Yo, but you know what's funny though? At this point, like Markastan Abdi Uyirina, what Abdi? What Abdi? The Somali name Abdi Mahoudi. Like we all call Abdi at on some level. What Abdi, and we're literally calling ourselves what Adon.
Slave. Yeah. Adon.
Unfortunately, one of the most popular names out
there. It is. Yeah.
No, it's on purpose there. You don't understand. It's part of it.
It is part of it. It is part of it.
Yeah. Adon. Imagine I called a guy Adon. That guy will punch me in the face.
Yeah.
But ninku Somali waduna garanayna Abdi iyagu waxay maqlayaan Adon. Anagu waxaan maqlaynaa Abdi. It doesn't mean anything to us.
Have you guys heard that other term that nowadays I never used to even heard it before, but I keep hearing it for the last 6-7 months. It's the most annoying thing that Magarani said. That same subject can like Somali Muhammad. What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, for real. But they've been saying that one there for a while though. I think they've been using that one for a while.
It's like
last time I was like, what the fuck is that all about?
that's a new thing, bro.
I think we need to
That's
come up with
new.
some T-shirt that say Somali Fir'aun, you know what I mean? Fir'aun baa ka faracmay,
I don't Somali Arab Somali or
we
Arab
need to
Somali.
piss off these
Who's gonna say Arab Somali? Arab Somali.
Yeah, man. Well, I can even say 993. Yeah, I remember like Salada. Yeah, everything the way it is not even the same. It's even maha. They weren't like the way they are today, bro. marka xadiifka la sheegi jiray wuxuu ahaa like a sunnah, and sunnah meant at that time wuxuu ahaa like wax ajra, just extra points.
صح.
It never meant something that you have to do. Hadda waxay noqotay you have to do that.
That's true. So yeah, so I like this point that Seth is making. Is like, is Somali culture school on Saturday a thing for kids to do instead of Quran class? So I think what Seth is kind of gently leading us into is time to talk about solutions, boys. Like, well, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And I think that's a great idea, actually, Seth, to actually have Somali culture school on Saturdays. Yeah.
To be honest, yeah, like you have to find ciyaalka meesha joogaan waxay internet ka. They don't want school is old school. We're thinking old school. Markay hooyadeena geyn jirtay Islamic school waxa ciyaalka their things on the internet. You have to do what Ali Dawe these guys are doing. They market their stuff very well. Right. Yeah, and they do the TikTok, they do it, but what they do is they put their information, they just use all the platforms. 100%. Whatever challenge is going on, they'll do an Islamic challenge. And look at we have to do it's techniques. Is the way you get a person is you have to get the person's attention first by like you know, like for example, if we was talking about bullshit, loads of people would come. If we talk about Qabil and stuff, oh my god, they were flooding.
That's it.
We'll talk about religion and swearing. Oh my god, they were flooding. You know what I mean? Yeah. So people, you have to somehow, use their thing against them. That's the only way you get it.
Definitely. Yeah. I think, wallahi, you hit the nail on the head, bro. I don't like I said to you earlier on. Let's start with Like we have to ridicule those guys.
Yeah, I said Daniel. It wasn't Daniel. It was, how do you say donkey again?
The mayor.
Yeah, the mayor of the day, and we show a picture of something and share something.
Yeah, let's say we come up with Niki Somalia.
Yo, guys. Said, yo, hold on. Said is saying y'all went silent or mute, sound cut off. I don't know if anybody else can hear us. Can you guys hear us? I don't know if the people are hearing us, guys. Ahlam, Yasmin, can anyone confirm that they can hear us? No, I don't know. Maybe we went mute.
Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear us, guys.
Yeah, like I don't know if they Yeah, okay, so Ahlam says she can hear us. Yo, Seth, check your computer. Check your computer, blood. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, Ahlam can hear us. Okay, well, Said you took us for a run, bro. all good, yeah. So yeah, man. So I think having conversations like, let's have solutions. We gotta put our money where our mouth is. We gotta be able to kind of teach, because I see a lot of Somali in YouTube channels popping off right now saying, yo, they used to look at us as their ancestors. Our history is so deep, and so I think slowly, Somali youth is awakening to the reality. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with you, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's a slow awakening. I believe that's what's happening right now. It's a slow awakening, and people are just kind of, sharing. Because right now, like all 6 of us might be in different corners of the world. You know what I'm saying? Might as well. But we're all Somalis, and we're here sharing ideas, right? So
yeah, I was gonna say, guys, yeah, that another idea that you just like how we're in different countries or whatever.
Right.
Like we can also influence our communities, because I've realized as well, since I've been on different panels, that Somali from Ingiriska or Somali from Yoruba, they grew up a bit different from Somali English, or you know what I mean? Like we grew up differently a little bit.
Right.
Maybe our jokes are different. Maybe I think so we can appeal to our Tutkian a bit more. Like have the same information, but share it to your community.
Right. Okay, so, but I think we need Muhammad Radai more and more. I knew I'm a father of two. I have two boys. I try to now inject Muhammad Radai Somali anymore in there every day. I try to make them learn about our history. The messed up part sometimes, and the challenge sometimes, is that I have not been taught myself a lot about our history and things like that, right? So I'm finding myself in a position where I need to learn and then to be able to teach. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm doubling the work so that, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't taught this stuff. I mean, I come from a family that's very Somali, but not, you know what I mean, not like that. Not telling us about our ancient history and all that. So I think Somalida waxaa laga dhadhiciyay your ancient history or jahil bahid or your time of ignorance. Marka, they've developed this disdain for their past. What do you guys think?
Bro, I find it hilarious because like I think it goes back to when you were saying like you can basically see bullshit. Like you can see double standards, you can see all of this stuff, right? Because they be
Right.
coming up to you and they be calling everybody jahil. Even the
That's it.
Sufis be going to you and they be like, those guys are jahil. They don't know being blah blah blah. And you're like, those guys are basically hippies. You feel me? Like those guys are just doing their own thing. And it's just like you can see like if you just sit down and you just look like who's attacking everybody, who's calling everybody names, all this extra shit, you feel me? It's like, and then you see who is actually just, doing the own thing. It's like, yo, leave those people alone, basically.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
exactly. Like
What the fuck?
let me be, goddammit. Like if you we don't agree, it's fine. Let me be. It's it. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just and so honestly, when I say Anugu, the insecurity of the believer, it's not to take no shots, honestly. It's not to take any kind of, hitting under the belt or anything like that. To me, it's sort of saying, if you're not insecure, you can have a chat. So let's have that chat.
Yeah.
And I think that's essentially what we're trying to promote here. Is, hey, Somalida, we exist as well. We're here. We can have a chat. Because then, if I go to Somalia and I say I'm going to run for president and whatnot, and I obviously will never turn towards Arabia to pray to God, right? How's that coming off, right? Because
you'd be instantly dismissed. Instantly. Instantly. The moment they hear that you're done, you're not even in the runnings no more. Oh, man. And I would have to agree with you when you said they've demonized our previous culture. Yeah, for sure they have. They consider it to be ignorance. I've heard a lot of Somalis talk on it, and not just our previous culture, but African cultures in general.
Right.
They consider them to be ignorant, negative, full of negative things. Backwards. So yeah, man, they have a lot of negative sentiments towards
So if you've been led to dislike your past, then how are you gonna respect yourself? Because you can never be. Yeah, go ahead, Far.
Yeah. No, man, I was just gonna say like just adding on to that, but sometimes it could be also like your insecurity could also like work against you kind of thing, because it's like going back to the whole example of the Sufis, but where they're like, oh yeah, those guys like they do all of this and blah blah blah, and like they're like you should stay away from them, and you're like, oh no, what do those guys do? That's very interesting. Actually, let me go talk to those guys. What do they do? They dance it? Oh, let me see. Actually, you know what? Those guys seem actually a lot more fun than you motherfuckers. Get the hell away from me. If you feel me, it's like sometimes it's like. Sometimes it's like when you tell somebody like don't do this, and especially like I feel like it's a very Somali thing. Like when you tell Somalis don't do this, Somalis just do it. They all just do it.
That's it.
So it's just like, I mean, in certain aspect, not everything, of course, but it's just like I don't know. It's just it goes back to like I feel like the more you try to control your population, the more like they try to, like honestly, basically be out of control. You feel me? Like they try to do everything, and we see that today. We see everything in Somalia. So it's like it just, but then it's like when you look at history, and it's like when it was like a little bit more chilled. It's like, it just goes back to like golden rule: treat others how you want to be treated. It's like what I was saying earlier. Like you could die tomorrow from corona, right? Just live your life. Leave other people alone and let them live their life. Like it just. I don't know. It's just that mentality.
No, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear, Far. So that's the thing. When I'm told, like, Somaha, yo, what why you keep talking about it, right? And I insist. I'm not the one talking about it. It's definitely you that's gonna bring it up. Like it's not gonna be me. You know what I mean? Because it means something to you. And you know, if I say no to you going to Jum'ah a couple of times, then you're gonna start questioning me. And so this deen has a built-in security system where people keep each other in check. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's how it works.
Yeah,
So it's not gonna
policing.
be. Yeah, it's not the reason why I don't. If you guys notice, that I rarely talk about the deen itself, because that's things that are written down and yada yada yada, and we can debate that all day long. I talk about tolerance within the Somali community for different opposing perspectives and opposing ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Or removing the Arabian supremacy. Like basically, let me throw
Right.
my 2 cents here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somalida ma garanaysaa haddii xitaa laga dhaadhiciyo, you lot can keep your religion, yeah, but just you don't necessarily have to name your kids Arabic names. Yeah? Magacyo Soomaaliya ku bixin kartaan caruurtiina. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, ma garanaysaa, even a religious perspective way. Second, ma garanaysaa dalkeenii hiddaheenii inagoo xidhana, we was like 400-500 years, yeah. People can be still Muslim if they want, right?
Right.
Like a little thing, had that Magaladin, like the capital Mogadishu, yeah. The biggest street in the Mogadishu were like little things that like fucking annoys the hell out of me, yeah. Biggest street in Mogadishu is named Makkah Mukarrama. Like what's up with that though? Like, you know what I mean? Riyadh hadman u bixin karnaa jidkeeda ugu weyn Muqdisho ama Hargeysa. Nagama yeelayaan.
Impossible.
Passport card Somalia, I don't know if you like see the pictures. It's like they coming up with new passport. There's like 3 languages there: Arabic, Somali, and English. Like who does that? Map kibat egesa, Google Maps at egesa, yeah. Why are we Megaloin Kenya than far Arbet Batusaran? And you're like asking yourself, why we want to be so much plantation as Negroes? Kabahan roots can and left when are we gonna stop it? Like
when are we gonna stop this shit? You know what I'm saying? I hear you. I swear to you, man. I hear your frustration, Kazi. I really hear you, man, because it's kind of like once you let the fear out, it's not going back in. So that's what we're at in Aku. And look what Ahmed just said. Ahmed said, "This is why I hardly have Somali friends. Tell me to pray or go to mosque, and I'm cutting you off, right? That's how bad it is." So imagine this. It's crazy. Yeah.
I find it hard, bro. He gave me advice right now. I'm taking that advice, Ahmed.
Yo, that's crazy, right? So that's to me. I think Somalidu adi markaste. If I think differently, that means I have to not have Somali friends. How the hell are we gonna conspire to grow our community if we can't even stand each other? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna no markaste. Oh, I don't have Somali friends. No, I don't have Somali friends. What kind of shit is that to say? Somali should be my closest friends. They should be my closest. It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? So the reason why that's happening, right? And I don't get me wrong, Ahmed, I completely understand the sentiment. That's making us dislike each other. It is by definition working against our progress. Like it's not that deep. Like, go ahead, Far.
No, I just wanted to say, like, who was it? Fir'aun, or who was talking? Was it Kush? I'm not sure. But I just want to piggyback. Yeah, it's just like bipolarism. Like okay, so I will meet Somalis, right? Who like would tell you like, oh, we want to turn Somalia into like Saudi Arabia, right? And I'm like, okay, devil's advocate. Let's do this. Okay, you want to turn Somalia into Saudi Arabia? Okay, fine. That means every woman has to have a muhram. That means like we all can't have guns basically. So come on, everybody, bring it in. You feel me? And then like Somalis will like look at you, be like, "What? You can't have our guns? Are you crazy? Like, what do you think this is? Or they're get out of here. This is Somalia. Like, you just said you want to like you cannot argue with these people. It's just bipolarism. Just bipolarism.
That's it. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's nuts, I swear. But at the end of the day, though, if our own people can't even sit down and just accept each other's differences, then I'm saying before we even think of anything geostrategic or anything like that, that's the holdback. That's going to be the thing that holds us back, right? Like people are not talking to each other.
like nomad, like like the waddankan anigu aan joogo, it's like it's basically like me, my another brother. I know like 2 Somalis. One of them I'm sure, he's definitely out like me, but right the family. So there's mid Kawan Kira Shiki, but he lives in some like other city. So I'm trying to actually build up had the like or from here, like little community, so I will advise you lot, just try to look for it, I think there's plenty of us, but like it's a bit, it requires a little bit of fishing.
What you saying, Far'on? Reverse that way, yeah?
Reverse that.
Definitely. We have to do
counter attack da'wah.
دعودي
I love it.
basically.
Oh my God. Look at what low income finance said. Crazy name, by the way. Do you think without Islam, Somalia would be a first world country, or it will be like its neighbors? That's a decent question. That's a good question. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think there's like many. If you want to be realistic, there's many issues that plague Somalia, like tribalism and all kinds of stuff. Corruption, all of this stuff. And honestly, we do have to give credit that we do have people out there who are doing some really good things. So shout out to the Somalis out there who are working hard and building the country, because I really think they don't get a lot of credit, honestly. But yeah, honestly, I think I'll be honest with you. I think even without Islam, Somalis would still be fighting about tribalism, because Somalis put their tribe over everything. They'll tell you different, but it's not true.
Farah, imagine all of them like knew that nothing's haram. Wouldn't that have a twist? Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of things stop Somalis from doing stuff because everything's haram.
That'd be trippy.
Selling this is haram, buying this is haram, that is haram. This, and we still do haram anyway. We can't buy houses because it's haram.
But that's the thing, little man. That's why I do believe that. I don't know if it would be a first world country. I mean, probably it would take a while. But what I would say for sure is that we would obviously be more open-minded, So there would be a lot more opportunities that would present itself, So I mean, like Far said, exactly. But,
man.
Exactly. But like Far said, we're still going to be fighting over clans and whatnot. But I reckon there would still be a lot more progress. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this ideology is too restricted. You can't do anything. What could you do with this ideology unless you've struck oil or something? Yeah. What else could you do?
When we're in the West, when we're in the West, we get along. Why? Because there's Shaqa, there's Askar, there's a system in it. If we had the same system in Somalia, fam, and you was making your dough and everyone's doing their thing, no one would care about tribe. Trust me. There'll be Askar to lock you up, bro. You know what I mean?
But that's a good point that Ahmed is also making. Yeah, Ahmed's also making a good point. He said we would at least have a viable tourism industry and not deal with terrorism issues. So I think that's a good point. That's a good point because
that would open up more economic allies and stuff like that, economic trade and with other countries and whatnot, because it wouldn't be based off of religion. It would be based off of shared interest.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I don't know what low income finance is talking about because I'm not sure. What do you guys think of the guy who mods Somali subreddit who calls himself a Muslim Marxist? Can you be a Marxist and a Muslim? I'm not really familiar with Reddit, but who is? I know Kush. I know you're a bit familiar with Reddit. Do you know of this or?
I don't know of any Somali subreddit mod. No, to be honest, I've never heard of him.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't know that.
What subreddit is he on? What subreddit is he on?
Somali
low income finance.
Yeah.
Oh, Somali one. Okay.
Yeah. He says Somali.
I have no idea. No idea, man.
Yeah, that's crazy though because, look at Muhammad Raye, what Ahmed said. My dream is that one day we can all meet up in public and not have to hide ourselves. I'd love to meet you guys. See the sentiment that's there. And Ahmed, same here, Walal. I would love to meet you as well. I would love to meet you as well. Because once like the common denominator that we all have, which is Somali, which supersedes any fucking thing. That's our ancestry. That's who we are. That's where we're from. You know what I'm saying? And the second we take pride in that, we can actually let go of tribalism. We can let go of the immaturity of the thought. We can actually have conversations. Yeah.
I want to ask you a question though. Yeah, we've been discussing ourselves, like us. Yeah, for a little while now. We've all got to know each other. We're all from different tribes. We haven't had one tribal dispute yet. Why do you not think that is?
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because obviously in the Quran it tells them to have tribes, and it tells them in the Quran to have tribes and all that, innit?
It does, yeah. Because we created you in tribes to understand each other, something like that. Yeah.
To get to know each other. Yeah, to get to know.
Yeah. That's it.
But I mean, which is the most basic shit ever. Do you know what I'm saying?
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
I think to myself, why do you need a book to tell you this?
I love it.
Why do you need a book to tell you to be good, bro? Why do you need a book to tell you these things?
Apparently as well, little man, this is supposed to be the final book. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's no other version after this, and you put irrelevant things like that in there. You know, and there's so much more. It's hilarious, man.
It's messed up, man. It's ridiculous. But honestly though, I think what I'm hoping is in the same vein as Ahmed. Like I would love to one day, and at least having discussions face to face, because you know how refreshing it is. I mean, when I had first came on these things, unless I reached out to Ayan Hessi Ali, like we weren't out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't out like that. And so now what I've been seeing is that more and more Somalis are waking up and are embracing their Somali and are actually starting to to look back. Now the thing I always say so if you're asleep, right, let's see, right, and I come at you and you're not gonna like me too much. You know what I mean? But what we do know is that you need to wake up. That even you can't disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? You don't like that person, right? And so that's how I kind of view us. We're not gonna be liked. We're not gonna be, you know what I mean? But I think this is a necessary thing that needs to happen in our community, Neil. I think if we're gonna have any kind of hope on going forward, we have to climb up this hurdle. So that's what I think. Guys, another 2 minutes. Maybe each one of the panelists can say something about the subject, and we can close off like that, ladies and gents. Go ahead, Fir'aun. Kusado.
Right. I can do it. Like basically, I had a wonderful speaking with you, all of you, like an hour. And
thanks, brother.
So sharing your new nomad, like we're just gonna start building up one by one, each one teach one, and one day we're gonna basically, I'm hoping us to back home, and we can all of us buy a land together. You know what I mean? We can start our own little like there's certain places in the world, hippie village. Yeah,
it's good.
You know what I mean?
Gal City, yeah, Gal City.
We're gonna write our constitution.
Once they see progression, they're gonna move over there, bro. Don't fucking.
I got a good name. I got a good name.
Yeah, for real.
Fir'aun, I got a good name for it. You know, there's a place called Gal Kayayo, Maha. Gal Kayayo. Yeah, we're gonna come with Gal Kayayo. Okay, so we're running through it.
We're gonna take over.
That's gonna be the haven, yeah.
I wish you all best, and it was wonderful to have the chat with you all.
Absolutely, Kazi. Absolutely. And we're gonna be doing this on the hope is to do it on every Sunday. About this time, you know what I'm saying? Like just to have a few hours of sanity in the insane week, you know what I mean? So thank you for coming through, Fir'aun. Really appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah. What was the question, Nomad? Sorry.
Yeah, well, so now what are just the final thoughts and to close out? What do you think?
Yeah, I think final thoughts would be knowledge is power. Okay. We need to keep reading, we need to keep educating our people, and we shouldn't give up on them, man. You know, I think there's definitely hope. You know, and yeah, let's just spread the word.
Beautiful.
That's about it, really.
Yeah, beautifully said. And I think these conversations are contributing to that, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, no, absolutely. Far, Kusodo, what do you think? What are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I just want to say, yeah, just picking back off of that, and then add into like, just live your best life, man. Like, just live your best life. You could die tomorrow, like they say.
Facts.
Just
Facts.
Yeah.
Thanks, Far. Thank you, Kush. What about you, bro?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of the panel sentiments. I think we should. Something we could all do as our little Gal society. I don't know. We could start translating books, like information, in our indigenous language. You know, I don't know if like the people that are more fluent in it who can write it. You know, if we could do things like that and educate the people back home and educate the youth, that'd be it, man. I would say, yeah.
Definitely. Good points, Kush. Good points. Little man.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I think everyone said what I was going to say. So I was just going to say to the people that are watching, if you could tell someone that you know would benefit from this show, then let them know every Sunday we're here. And yeah, that's it. Just invite people, innit? Invite people to the show, and that's it.
Absolutely. And I think, look, Low Income Finance asked, how can I participate with the discussion? I usually drop the link in the chats, so it's gonna be there and inviting people to jump in. Low Income. So, but that's the show for today. I hope that I knew I very much enjoyed conversating with you a lot, man, all the time. I love that. I love talking to you guys. But I think it's important that we continue these conversations. And the more people, like Ahmed Kalamanta Baranay, Ahlam Kalamanta Baranay, said led by Manta Baranay, Low Income Finance Manta Baranay, like, and every day I think we're just gonna keep adding people. So each one tell one, man, and let's at least have the conversation. If right here we're anonymous, people can hop on, hop out, back out, but at least we're sharing ideas with no kind of ego on the side. But until next Sunday, I want to say thank you to all the panelists and the Somali Nimo till we demo, man. So have a good one, everyone. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace, man.